Three, two, one. Hey, what's going on, everybody? And look at this fucking chat right now. Oh my god. So, welcome everybody to the MURICAST. I am Zach, and with me to my the podcast, I guess, to my left is my co-host Kafidao. Say hello.
Hello.
And above us is Pixelated Apollo, or Pixie Poo, or Buddy Christ, as some of us call him, or Keanu Reeves. How you doing, buddy?
I'm great. I'm glad to be here.
All right. I need to minimize.
You can call me whatever you want, by the way.
Don't call him broke.
Don't call him broke. Well, dude, I'm so happy that you decided to come here tonight. So, some people, I guess some of your viewers over on Twitch kind of know sort of about me. I've been in a few of the videos, but we kind of go back a little bit more than that.
Yeah. By the way, nice hoodie.
I know. I had a dress for the occasion. You know,
looks good.
I still think,
does look nice.
I still think my my colored version looked pretty good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No. It's...
But
oh right, I need to still put that up there. That's right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We can talk about that off the stream though. So let me just pull this up here. So, Kaf, do you want to start off with one of your questions for him?
Yeah, let's just jump right into this right now. So when did you get started doing your whole YouTube thing?
So I started 2013, maybe even the end of 2012, and it was a hobby. It was something I did on my free time. I was in college at the time, and then I think I actually took 6 months off, but then I got back at it and it picked up, and then it became a career, I guess. So
yeah. Were you in college for video, or what were you doing there?
No, I was honestly, I don't know what the hell I was doing in college. I hated it. I hated high school. I hated college. I personally just enjoyed learning what I wanted to learn. In college, you got to go through all the crap you don't want to learn. I get it, try to make you more well-rounded, and I guess, but I don't even think I finished 2 years worth. And I did go through like some depression there and like anxiety, and like I just didn't want to go to class. I couldn't do it just because I was like, I don't know. So what happened is I started getting into programming, like web design, and I was on my computer a lot. And I remember I had another friend that was into YouTubing, Nico. You know him, Zach.
Yeah, Nico.
Yeah. And we would both watch streamers and watch YouTube videos and just kind of like, well, we should start a channel. And he started his channel, I started mine. He helped me out a lot getting started. But yeah, I mean, I eventually dropped out of college to do web design, and I was kind of lying because I was living with my parents at the time, and I was lying to them and pretending I had some intern. Like this, like in
like an internship.
Work at home, remote intern.
Right.
And I was just making videos. Eventually my dad caught on, but he saw my channel and he saw it was growing, so he wasn't. If I told my mom right away, it would have been a different story. But yeah.
Right. Where did Pixelated Apollo come from? Where did you pick the name up, or did you always have it?
I love Greek mythology, and Apollo being one of my favorites. And I was like, since I was doing web design, I would deal with pixels, and like, the screen is pixelated. So I was like, Pixelated Apollo just kind of came to me, and I was like, I'll just do that. It kind of sounds okay. And that's,
and trust me, as a graphic artist, I can I know what it means to be dealing with pixel by pixel.
Yes.
Like when I was coloring the what's the word for it? Coat of arms. Yeah. The coat of arms logo, if just one pixel wasn't colored properly, it would just stick out like a sore thumb right on the side.
Yeah.
So I totally get that.
Yeah. And with web design, you got to like there's a way you can customize it. So you know how there's like a web page, and then when you shrink it for like mobile, you can kind of like change the CSS.
Yeah.
And it could be like a pixel off and stuff. Yeah. So I don't know. I guess that was the reasoning behind it. I've been, in terms of gamer tags, you know, I've had a lot.
Right.
But
right.
yeah.
XX Sniper.
Yeah.
69XX.
So
Yeah,
let's talk about this your mascot. This mascot you got going on within your Discord and your Twitter. What, you just like pigs? What happened?
Okay. All right. Yeah. So why do I have a pig? So
yeah. What's up with the pig? What do you got going on, man?
It's for survival. Look, I mean, when there's no food, no.
You're gonna get some bacon out of it.
Have some bacon while everybody's, you know, everybody laughed at me, but I'll be the one laughing.
Everybody in chat right now is just like, no, not Josephine.
Yeah. Where I used to live, it was pretty farmy, and we were originally looking for a dog to adopt from the pound, and my fiance was just looking through the pictures, and then she saw like a little pig, and we're like, oh my god, we gotta go. It was adorable. It was a, you know, baby pig. I was like, we gotta go see it, and we went, and the guy working there was familiar with farm animals, and he's talking about like goats and pigs, and we didn't know what we were getting into at the time.
I imagine
yeah, because
pigs are hard to take care of, aren't they?
They can be. When we first got them, it was a nightmare. You know, no sleeping because she would squeal. You know, she would have fits.
Almost like having a kid.
Almost. Except not. You can kind of throw the pig outside. You can't really do that with the baby. Yeah.
You could, but then the cops would be at your door, and then it's a whole thing. And I get where you're going from. I get where you're coming from. But it's it's so weird to see a pig. I see that someone has one, and you're just like, this is my pig. Like, welcome the mascot. It's something different.
It is. It's a little weird. I think because people usually eat them. You know.
Right. It is a farm animal. I get it.
Right. I mean, potbellies are not really food pigs. I mean, you can eat them, but people usually don't. I think people get it like, the sad thing though about potbelly pigs is that people don't know what they're getting into when they don't adopt them or whatever, rescue them. They think it's just going to be like a dog that will walk around your house and stuff, but these pigs they're not really domestic. They're very aggressive, very dominant, very territorial, very protective. So Josephine, we have 2 pigs now. So Josephine, our oldest pig, that's like 90 pounds, and it's like it's a heavy 90 pounds. It's like pure muscle, just low center of gravity. I can't really go out. I gotta be careful when I'm out there with her, because she will attack me in a dominant, not like full on try to kill me, but try to tell me who's boss. You know,
she'll run you over.
Yeah, she'll bite too, and it's kind of you know, it's crazy. And but yeah, it's been quite the experience. But if you get a pig or thinking about getting a pig, do a lot of research, and it's probably best to have them outside. They're happier outside. Did
you eventually get a dog, or are you just like,
oh no,
fuck it, we're gonna have pigs?
We had a dog. We want to get another one. Yeah, so we probably have too many pets, but it is what it is.
Never too many pets.
My dog is losing his mind downstairs right now.
That's what they do.
If anybody who's seen the last week's podcast, when I said that we had to get rid of them, we actually we got them back. Turns out the new family wasn't. Yeah, they were smart. They were like, no, we're good.
Oh, you had to get rid of them?
Oh, we were thinking about it, just because with everything that's going on right now, he's just a bit of a handful. But honestly, that week of not having him really kind of put things in perspective for us, and we're like, okay, we're gonna tighten the bolts here and figure out a way to make it work. Because it was a miserable week for me not having him.
Yeah, it's tough. You know, just sometimes it's more than you expect, you know.
Oh, and then everybody that's watching on Twitch, I see that some of you guys are kind of redeeming some of the rewards. We won't be doing any of that tonight, just because we're just gonna try and focus on the conversation right now. I see a couple hydrates.
For every hydrate, I'll drink.
Yeah.
I don't give a shit. I'm already doing it. So when do you think the turning point was for you, Pixie, for your YouTube channel? What do you think happened, or was it just the most of your content was so good that everybody wanted to be there, or did you find a turning point?
Yeah, I definitely think there was a moment in my YouTube career, if you want to call it that, where it was kind of like the point of like, oh, I'm getting it, or like this, I'm starting to grow a lot faster and stuff. And when I first started, again, it was just like a hobby. I just enjoyed history. I enjoyed these battles, and I was like, I'm in the back of my head, I always thought maybe I can do a career out of this, but I didn't really think it was gonna happen. So I was just doing it, and as I did it for like the first, and people don't get this with YouTube. Sometimes people think you just get on and you make money and you grow, and for the first like 2-3 years, it was slow. It took me a year to get 500 subs, which most people can do, you know, way better than that. And I sucked at it. I go back today and I look at my first couple videos. I'm like, this is trash. This is terrible.
Do they make you cringe? Like, do you cringe watching them?
Yes, yes.
I'll just wait till that birthday present that I'm working on gets sent to you.
Oh God. Oh God.
Do you cringe now when you make your videos? Like, do you watch, or like when you're editing, do you go back and be like, what am I doing at this moment? Like, do you get that cringe feeling?
Sometimes. I mean, I cringe when I watch the old ones, but it's kind of like I feel in a way of like it. Yeah, I was terrible, but like I made it work. I got better at it. So when I look back, it's more of like it's not one of those like, oh, delete it cringe. It's more of just like, you know, like a funny cringe, like look how far. Yeah. So yeah, I mean, I was terrible, and today sometimes I make myself cringe, but you know,
you got used to it.
Yeah, it's just kind of like it's part of the job, you know. It's you do cringe, you know. But yeah, no, big shout out to Duplex Heated. I don't know if any of you guys heard of him. He did a lot of Men of War Assault Squad. He still does it a little bit. He's the person that I always mention whenever people talk about turning point, because he helped me. He's like, hey man, you should title your videos like this. You should do the thumbnails like this. You know, it gave me a ton of advice, and he was a big part of the reason why I really started to build up an audience and stuff.
Right. And then with your Twitch, how long have you been twitching? Have you always been twitching, or?
I'm not consistent, honestly, with my Twitch. I would stream. I think I started like 2016 is when I started streaming on Twitch, and then I would do it a little bit, and so now Twitch for me is like I just stream games I play for fun that I know nobody wants to see on my YouTube.
Like a downtime stream.
Yeah, basically. Kind of like I'm just playing with friends. I might as well stream it, say hi to those who care, I guess.
Play some Rainbow Six Siege.
Yeah.
You have 33,000 followers on Twitch, and it's a downtime stream for you, which is nuts.
Yeah, I mean, it's a lot of followers, but I don't know. I think
I've seen your Twitch content. I've watched you play on Twitch, and it's not like mine where I get like a chat every like 1 to 2 hours. I get one person showing up. Like, you have constant people in there. Do you feel like you could do both YouTube and Twitch at the same time, or are you want the relaxing part of Twitch of not editing anymore?
Yeah, well, I mean, what do you mean, like streaming both to YouTube and Twitch? Or,
no, I mean like,
or just do YouTube videos and then stream on Twitch.
Yeah, like because with Twitch you're not editing, you're just playing the game, and what happens. But with your YouTube, you can obviously go back and edit your video and make it what you wanted it to be. If that makes like you had a vision.
Yeah. Well, I don't know. I think it's just because streaming always feels foreign to me. where it's like I started off making videos, and then, you know, as I grew my channel, I was like, oh, I should really do something on Twitch. And I started my Twitch. I always make an announcement, hey, follow me on Twitch. And I would do, when I first started, I would do Total War and stuff, and that always does the best than, say, Rainbow Six Siege.
Yeah.
But even today when I stream, I just get this weird feeling of like being out of the element. And just
is it because it's happening in real time and you feel like, do you feel pressured almost?
It's weird. It's just I don't know. It's kind of like I feel like I'm not entertaining enough, and when I make a video, I'm like presenting, and I've got like, you know, like you're presenting a project or whatever, you kind of projecting differently. And when I stream, you know, sometimes I'm chill, I'm just hanging out, and I'll get a lot of people who are like, Apollo, what's wrong? Like, what's wrong with you? Like, are you
say
upset?
Something. Do something.
Yeah, I'm like, oh, I'm just chilling, I'm just playing, and I don't know, I'm just like, maybe I should just make videos or, you know, and stream.
Because I noticed that the first time. So I found you on YouTube because I bought the whole Hobbit series. No, it was the Hobbit, like all the Lord of the Rings movies, all in like one thing on YouTube. And then I was like, oh, hey, I wonder if anybody's, oh, what's this? Rome Total War, Third Age Total War, what's this? Helms Deep? Oh. First thing that pops up is Pixelated Apollo, Helms Deep, and like 8 other videos after that. You know, I watched, I'm like, oh, this is fucking cool. And then I was like, oh, hey, he does Rome Total War. Watch all those. Oh, hey, Medieval Total War. Watched all those. And like, I would see that personality in the videos where, you know, it's, you know, the over the top, the what's up? It's Apollo.
yeah.
And then I saw you were streaming, and I was just like, oh, hey. And then I watch you, and you're just like,
yeah.
They're flanking from the left. I was just like, oh, is you okay? And then I saw people asking you, and you're like, I'm fine, I promise.
Yeah. I don't know. I guess it's since I'm doing a replay, I'm not playing the game, and I can just sit back and think about, you know, my commentary. And then when I stream, it's kind of, I want to win, and you know, just so I don't know. I mean, it's just one of those things. I bet if I was more consistent when streaming, it could be better. But
I mean, it's probably kind of the same thing with me, like where streaming kind of feels a little bit second nature to me, where I'm just, because I'm used to having, for me, it kind of comes from growing up playing video games in the living room, and then people like coming in and like, hey, so what's going on? And I'll be like, oh, so blah, blah, blah. So to me, that kind of feels natural, and that's what streaming kind of feels to me. Whereas when I'm doing, where I try and make a YouTube video, I just feel like I'm kind of, like what you said, out of my element, or kind of feels forced in a sense for me, to where I'll get halfway through a video and just go, nope, delete.
Yeah, no, for sure. I mean, because even with games I don't play a lot, you know, if I make a game that's not total, or make a video of a game that's not Total War, I can also get that same feeling of like, I don't know what I'm doing, and feel out of my element. But
like us when we played 0 Hour.
Yes, which we need to play again.
Yeah,
because they added an AI version, so you're gonna have a team of friends against AI.
Nice.
But yeah, it just takes time. I guess it's that saying, fake it until you make it. You know, just pretend
you know what you're doing.
Yeah. I mean, there's a lot of truth to that. You know,
that's this entire podcast.
I am by nature just a giant bullshitter, so it works. That's why I'm here.
That's.
I mean, if you watch any of my streams, I'm a fucking piece of shit. Don't follow me. But
Twitch.tv/Coffeedow.
Don't plug. So I found out about Pixie through War of Rights. I was with 13th, and then the old dark days. And I didn't even start until I started watching Hanson. I started watching him, and then I was like, you know, what if I gave it a shot? Like, let's see what I can do with a Twitch stream. And then I was like, I could do YouTube. And I started watching your YouTubes. I'm like, I am not this animated, where I don't have the drive, I would say, when it comes to making a video and be like, this is the cringiest thing I've ever seen. Like, I try to make one video, I'm like, you're not like this. Like, people are gonna be like, this dude's not normal. Like, I've watched him live, and he's not like this at all. So I guess I'm more of a Twitch guy because if his things happen, I can react. I'm more of a reactive type dude.
Right.
And also, I just drink constantly, so the stream changes every like 20 minutes.
20 minutes, yeah.
Yeah, every time I shotgun a beer, I'm like, oh, new personality's gonna come out.
Who are we gonna
now.
get this time? Yeah.
Are we gonna talk shit to a random person that's just giving support or what? But I
take off this hoodie. It's too hot in here.
Oh, show a nip.
Yeah,
a nip slip. I just watching your content, watching how creative you are when it comes to YouTube. I think it gives everybody that also watches you a sense that you are this animated person, but who is the real Pixelated Apollo?
The real me.
The real you. Let's get into who you are.
All right, the real me. So I guess you can kind of compare it to like a stand-up comedian.
Yeah.
Where if like you stumbled across a stand-up comedian and you're like, hey, be funny, like, hey, be funny, and I guess it's kind of like that with me, where I almost feel awkward, especially like if someone's like messages me, they're like, oh, I'm a big fan, and then they're in the same voice chat. I'm like, I don't know how to be, like, I don't know what to do with my hands,
Right. Like do you go into full pixie mode, or
I'm like, hey, how's it going?
You get your voice on, and you're like, this is what I'm doing, bud. Yeah. So
yeah.
When did you graduate from high school?
2011.
2011. So we're all probably around the same age here.
Yeah.
And you went to college, and
I went to some crappy college because
straight out of high school.
Straight out of high school. It's what the smart thing to do.
Yeah.
And I just didn't care about school. I mean, I wasn't like failing grades. Like I didn't, I got like B's, sometimes C's, A's, but I was in a very dark place in high school where I just like, I didn't fit in with a lot, and it was a prison for me, and any kind of creativity was dead because they wouldn't allow it, and
so modern day America high school.
Yeah, basically. Yeah. So yeah, any sense of identity or creativity is hammered out. And then I was pumped for college because I think I wanted to be an adult. Which back then I would be like, you idiot, like enjoy
a kid for longer.
Yeah,
be a kid.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah. So I even remember I was in AP art. And I only did it because I really liked the teacher, and like it was super chill. And
was she hot?
No, not like that. Not like that. No.
So are we getting into some dark details here?
I think I liked a couple students in the class,
So your fiance's not watching the podcast, is she?
No.
You weren't cougar hunting in high school?
No, I wasn't. No. I mean, unfortunately, I didn't get a lot of, super hot female teachers. There was one teacher, but I was a freshman, and anyways,
it wouldn't have worked out.
It wouldn't have worked out. So
just the logistics were off. It wasn't because I wasn't good looking.
Yeah.
Not
no. To be fair, I was a pretty goofy looking kid.
What are you talking about? You got the whole thing going on here. You got the beard and the long hair, and you got the silky smooth voice.
Didn't have that in high school. So.
What are you talking? When's your voice come in? When's your voice come in? When do you think?
I mean, I might have had a voice, I guess, or. I mean, I'm sure my voice is slightly different from when it was in high school, but I had short hair. I had no beard until like senior year. So I was, I wasn't smooth with the ladies at all. So
I don't believe that for a second.
I mean, maybe I could have won you.
You're winning me now.
Well, no. Well, now I'm good. All right, I'm smooth.
You're smooth sailing now.
I just do you know who I am? When I talk to a girl, and
and she's like, no. You're
I'm like, do you
YouTube? Get on
know
YouTube.
Total War?
And
no.
Like, get the fuck away from me.
Called Antietam. Burnside's Bridge.
Have you seen me shoot a smoothbore rifle? I'm the best.
Yes. You got to aim slightly to the bottom right. That's
and
how you
you'll
do
hit
it.
I'll show you. All right.
Good old
What were you saying? Sorry, we got off track.
I went on a field trip, and it was like to like some fancy like art college, and I remember like they weren't really watching us, and I would just like walk around the campus and pretend I was a college student because I hated high school so much, and then sure enough I get into college and I'm like, oh, this is just as bad.
Yeah, it's just a second level of hell.
Yeah. And the one I went to wasn't like a big like, you know, University of Georgia or whatever. It was like a local. It sucked, and so YouTube was like my outlet where I could like, it eases depression, anxiety, and I got into history, and so yeah, that's.
Are you a big history buff? Is that
certain things? I'm more just like, I just like learning whatever I can. I'm not gonna like, you know, I'm not the actually guy, you know,
right?
Like
yeah.
actually in 1942, you know, like maybe with Napoleon, because there's a big war on the internet right now around Napoleon.
Oh yeah.
You know,
yeah,
the classic Anglo coming in and dissing my Chad Napoleon. So
would you say it's a tall tale? Napoleon, get it short.
Yeah,
tall.
but it, you know, it gets it. You get that joke if you're misinformed about Napoleon. So
okay, well,
because he wasn't short. We all know that. Come on now.
What was his height?
I think he was the same height as me. I think he was taller than you, Koff.
Everyone's taller than Koff.
He was
like 5'9", wasn't he?
I think he was 5'6", but back then that was average height.
So not taller than the Koff.
5'6" to 5'9". It depends on somewhere around there. He was like of average. Some say a little bit above average, but the problem is he has his old guard always behind him that make him look short, because those guys are like 6+.
Right.
Yeah. And they're all wearing boots with like 8-inch heels on them. Soles.
Right. Right. And the big bear skin hats.
Yeah. Like,
but so you drop out of school. You start your YouTube channel. You're living at home.
Right.
You hit your peak. Then what? Where does it go from there?
So I met my fiance around that time too. So she was here with me during the darkest of hours. So that's always good. But I met her, and you know, it's never fun living with your parents. You know, it was rough. I mean, depression was hitting me hard then. I was taking like medication for it, which made it worse. That was fun.
It always does.
Yeah. And what they tell me is, oh, you just got to take it a little bit longer. You'll get through. I'm like, oh, okay. So I quit that medication. But then I think around 2015, 16, my fiance, she loves Disney World. And we've gone a couple times at that point, and there's like an animation school. I think it's called like Dave's Animation or something like that. It's Universal does it.
Okay.
So I was making enough money to afford an apartment and help her pay for that school. So we moved to Orlando. We were right next to Universal. Like every time I took out the trash, I could hear Harry Potter playing
the theme song, the theme music.
Yes.
Okay.
We were very close to which was fun. You know, we went to Disney and stuff, and so that was the first big move. It was pretty big too, because like, you know, first time leaving the parents' house and being out of state, and
doing your own thing,
doing my own thing. Yeah.
Feeling like an adult.
Yeah.
Like there are still times now where I'm like, oh shit, I'm an actual adult, because I'll like walk downstairs like butt ass naked, and I'm like, this is my house. I own this shit. And then I'm like, I'm a fucking full-fledged adult. You know? I'll just stand in my living room drinking milk out of the carton, my dick getting cold because the door's open. Like, I've made it. I've done it. This is it.
Yeah.
I belong right here. Yeah, I know exactly the moment you're talking about.
Well, I mean, you guys were both in the military, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
I mean, that had to have been pretty
different. Different differences though.
When you want to talk about imagination and creativity dying,
yeah, well,
very true.
That was the place.
that's you're just a tool for them, That's
exactly. But even in that time, I was like, I'm not an adult. Like I'm just like I was doing adult things, and I was being.
Did it feel like like a school in a way?
It felt like I had died in my sleep, and I entered the 7th ring of hell. Yeah. And then I was just always there. We always had a joke that we were gonna wake up and we are gonna be in the first day of boot camp because it was all a dream.
Oh Jesus!
And I was like, if I wake up and I'm back in the first day of boot camp and it's first day, like I slept and then none of this is real. I was like, I'm gonna off myself. You guys are gonna know it's gonna happen.
So if it happens, this is exactly
just be fucking prepared. Even though none of you are real, I made all of you up. But I'm in school now, and I absolutely hate it. I hate everything about college because it's all online. I have no interaction with anybody. I'm just doing classes. It's not what I thought it was going to be.
Yeah.
Where I could go and...
What are you getting a degree in?
I'm getting my bachelor's in science and nursing.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so I'm trying to do that. I'm trying to run a Twitch stream. I work a full-time job. And then I'm sitting here and I'm like, which one isn't worth it? The full-time job? Should I move back in with my parents? No, fuck that. Should I quit school? I'm like, can't do that because it's what I've wanted from day one.
Right.
And then Twitch, I don't want it to die, but it's getting to the point where school is getting so much. But it's like, I'm going to play video games anyway.
Yeah.
Might as well just videotape myself doing it.
Yeah. It's a little different though.
Yeah, it is a little different because I got to do other things, but it's whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah, when I first
I was gonna lead you in with something, but I forgot what it was. Sorry, Zach. Go ahead.
It's all right. Yeah, when I first started streaming, it all started with I bought my first Xbox One. I had my brother's Xbox One because I had gone down for his family day weekend down in Fort Benning because nobody came down for mine, so I wanted at least to be there for him.
Right.
And like an idiot, all the drill sergeants told him not to do it, but he went out there and he bought a brand new Xbox One. And he's like, okay, now take this home with you. I was like, okay, just so you know, I'm going to play the fuck out of this thing while you're down here hating your life.
He bought you the Xbox
No,
One?
he bought himself one.
Oh, for when he was done?
Yeah. He couldn't wait till he got home to buy it.
That's stupid. Why?
Hey, like, yes, he has his hair up. Anyway, there's this weird mentality that you get while you're down there that your money's just gonna be gone. Just you're gonna get your check from the army, you're gonna go out to spend it, and then it's gonna be like, oh hey, just so you know, you have to pay for this, sign here, sign here, sign here. Oh, this went missing, by the way, and then just all your money goes away.
Oh, okay.
So, but at the same time, though, it's the fact that he's in basic training. He didn't have to do that, but he just bought it anyways. So after he bought it, he's just like, here, take this home with you. Hold on to it until I get home. I was like, okay, I'm going to play the fuck out of it while you're down here hating your life. So I go home with it and I set it up, and then I see that Twitch is built into it. So I was just like, oh yeah, let's do this. And I set up my account and shit. And then like it's like a super played down version where it takes the Kinect camera and like puts that in like one of the corners and stuff like that. And then anytime I would just play a video game, I would just turn it on, and I expected to get like maybe 5-6 followers, and then have like 4 of them be my friends that already knew me. And then like I think I hit like 50 in like 2 weeks, and I was just like, fuck's wrong with you guys? I am not that entertaining. And then my brother got home. I bought my own Xbox One, kept doing it, but then he bought a PC. But then he didn't know how to use it, so I ended up stealing his PC from him. Bought a capture card, plugged it in, and I started streaming that way. And then that's when St. Jude's Play Live. I think it was like one of the first couple years they started doing that. Then I just started. I don't understand how I got into this little tangent.
You always do a tangent. I just wanted to ignore them.
But yeah, it's just like what Koff said. It just for me, it's just something. It was something to do. But now it's getting to the point where, you know, I joined 13th Georgia. Originally to play with you, like how some people were joining it thinking that they would get to hang out with you all day, stuff like that. But then I was like, oh, okay. Oh, this is actually like kind of milsim-y. And for me, it was kind of funny being a guy that comes from that background, like hearing guys yelling at people.
God, that was the best part.
Yeah.
Get online! Get online! I'm just like,
yeah.
Oh, you guys are adorable.
Yeah. That's video games, you know? You get to be something you're not.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah, that's... I didn't even know about Pixie when I first joined. I only joined for Hanson with the 13th because I watched him play. And I bought a computer just to play. And I was like, fuck it. I'm already here. Might as well do everything else. Then I built this one. And then I was like, oh, Pixie's pretty fucking big. Let's go check out his YouTube. Like, oh, this guy looks great. He looks cool.
I remember the conversation actually. You're like, Hanson, how many subs does he have? And I was like, fuck, he broke 700,000 like a week ago. And he was like, wait, what?
Yeah.
And he plays with us?
Yeah, which I thought was super weird. I didn't know how it worked. I thought like everybody that was up there in subs and that were out there playing video games and they were big, they all played together. And I'm like, he's just playing with us common folk. He's out here just like, oh, I'll play with anybody. I'm like, this is not real. This is not a real person. This dude's a bot. He's just
I got my subs through like some sock account thing.
You're paying for it and you're just like trying to make up for it now. But then like we got in a few games like this dude's actually cool and he sounds like silk when he talks. He's just smooth. And then I guess it kind of changed my perspective for when it came to big guys like you. Because like I always thought, no offense, that they were pretentious assholes and they wouldn't play regular video games. You know what I mean?
They are. You're not wrong.
You're a big guy.
Well, okay. So I mean, everybody's different, right? But like, I have met through my YouTube career. Again, it's just weird calling it that, but through my experiences, I have met some pretty douchebaggy people. Like, they think that, and it's so stupid because at the end of the day, you're playing a video game. This is a virtual number. You know, it doesn't make you better than anybody else. You should just be thankful you can do this as a career, you know, and have it, leave it at that, and just be respectful. And these people just think they get caught up in the whole like the gross side of like American culture of like celebrity and like
gross, like the hype around it all.
Right. And they treat people like garbage. And it's just, for me, I hate playing with YouTubers. I hate it, you know, because it's just like they're being fake, you know.
And you get that sense while you're playing with them, right?
Right. Because it's just, you know.
Or like that.
I mean, I know everybody puts on a little bit of a persona when they get ready to record, you know, like they might be feeling a little down. Oh, they're super bubbly when they hit the record button and stuff. I mean, I do it too. Like, but for some people, it's like when they portray themselves as this, like, I'm this chill, really nice guy. And then as soon as they finish recording and they're done, you know, they're talking shit about other creators. They're yeah. So for me, I mean, I've heard that a lot where it's like, why, you know, like you're playing with just like the plebs or whatever. And I'm like,
yeah, you're playing with us.
Yeah.
Not to downgrade me. Well, to downgrade me, not to downgrade Zach. You play with guys that are just, I don't really know how to put it. Like,
well, I find you plebs more interesting.
What is a pleb? Explain that to me. What's
a pleb? You know a pleb, right?
No, I don't know what a pleb
is. It's become quite of a meme. It's the lowest class, or I guess not a slave, but it's like a low class in Roman society. A pleb.
Yeah.
So like us PC players, we call console players plebs.
Yeah. So yeah. So for me personally, like, you know, I've met I met you guys. You know, I don't know. Like, I just enjoy talking with people and people's story. And, you know, Zach, you've shared many really interesting stories, and I've enjoyed playing with you. And Coffadile,
we haven't shared very many moments together.
You haven't. We haven't played as much as me and Zach has played, but it's like this conversation right now is great because
I feel we're free flowing guys. I don't hold anything back either, which I think that's a problem with most people that view me.
Yeah,
is like that's how I've always been my whole life. Like even when I was in the Marine Corps, I didn't hold shit back ever,
right.
And it got me in some trouble because I would say whatever I wanted all the time.
Yeah.
Oh no.
And then with streaming, people come in there and they'd be like, "Hey, I want you to do this." I'm like, I'm not gonna do that for you, because one, you can fuck yourself. Two, I don't care. Like, you don't have to be here. If you don't want to be here, you don't have to be here. Which I think is my biggest issue, is being so vocally honest.
Well, I mean, you just make it work, you know.
People find that as a nice, interesting personality trait.
Right.
Hanson likes it.
Yeah, and just a heads up, everybody in chat, I am loosening up. I fucked up when we started streaming and I saw the amount of people in chat. So I've literally minimized Streamlabs because my anxiety just shot through the roof. I was like, oh God, people are here.
Oh.
So
well,
I'm loosening up.
Okay. And what are you drinking? What are you drinking now?
I'm drinking Fantasy Factory IPA.
Oh, with the unicorn.
With a fire-breathing unicorn and a kitten with a rainbow bandana wielding a desert eagle. Golden desert eagle.
That's probably the most American thing I've ever seen.
Yeah.
I had another leading question for you.
Well, I guess to wrap it up, I find people who are more I don't know. I don't find YouTubers interesting because they just sat in their office and recorded cringy videos and figured out how to do, you know, how to grow as a YouTuber, where, you know, I don't know, I just don't find that interesting. It's like, okay, cool, you spent, you know, your many hours recording a video game. I'd much rather hear, you know, a former, you know, vet soldier's war story, or someone who does something way more interesting, you know, than you know.
Yeah. I don't know, a fake personality who's doing it for views.
Yeah, and it's just, there's nothing interesting about them other than they get a lot of views.
Did you ever find yourself at that point where you were getting wrapped up in your views?
Oh yeah.
You found yourself at that moment where your top grossing videos? Hold on, I have it right here because I have notes on you, which is weird for me to say.
Here's the thing: his office is actually a van. And he's just down the street.
Yeah, actually, I literally live on the same street as Pixie. I live in a van. I cover it up every night.
That'd be pretty weird.
I'm just kidding.
I mean, I wouldn't be disappointed. I wouldn't be weirded out. I mean, you could.
Where's your 4th of July one that had so many views?
Oh,
do you remember what it was?
It's called. If you go to my main page, it should be under popular. It's called Battle for Independence.
Oh, I opened a video. No.
Oh God.
Oh no.
Sorry.
Please no sound.
Popular. So this one, Battle for Independence, 3.7 million views. 3.7 million.
I'm gonna be real with you guys. That video
get in your head?
No. Well, no. I not really. I mean, like, it's kind of like, I don't know why that video did so well. Because it was more of a filler video. I was like, let me just do this battle real quick for the 4th of July. And 3 million views later, I don't know. I don't get it, you know, I at all. Some videos do really well, some videos I work really hard on, I'm like, this is going to be a good video, does terrible. You know,
what's terrible to you though? What is terrible to Pixie?
View, I don't know. I mean, it depends on the game, and it depends on, like, if I'm doing Rome 2,
yeah,
if it gets like 20,000 views or 30,000, that's not very good, you know. And then like if a Rome 2 video gets like 70,000 up to 100, then it's like, all right, that's good. Like that's a good.
Yeah.
But like
okay.
I as I do YouTube more, like when I started blowing up is when I was consumed by growing and getting views and you know, constantly, you know, I had a lot of like personal goals to like reach a certain number and I wanted to be, you know, making X amount of money so I could pay my bills. And so you get wrapped up into it. And nowadays I'm just like, I don't really care,
right.
you know, as much.
You post a video and you're like, that's what I did. If you don't like it, then whatever.
I mean, I try to grow. I still like, I would love to hit 1 million one day, but like, I don't stress out over it because it made me like, it consumes you. And it like,
did it make you feel more anxiety? Were you anxiety ridden when posting a video and you were concerned about the views?
Not anxiety, more anger. It made me very angry.
You were mad about it. Okay.
Yeah. So
that makes sense.
Yeah. I mean, I guess I would have anxiety of like, oh, is my channel dying? But it was more like, why is this video not doing well? I did everything right. Or if something personal happens in my life and I can't upload, I would get really mad. I'd be like, I got to stick to a schedule. I got to do a video every day.
Well, your most recently posted live stream had 7.3 thousand views within 55 minutes.
I think that also counts live views as well.
Live views, but are you telling me you had 7.3 thousand live views at one point in time? No.
I mean, I don't know how it works, but I guess if someone watches the live stream for like 10 minutes and then leaves, it counts as a view.
Right.
So yeah, I mean, that's my bread and butter is Rome 2, I think, and that always does.
I could probably find your worst video. I could probably do that.
Well, let me bounce off that. What got you into Rome?
Like Rome 2 Total War, or just
Total War in general, really?
Total War in general. Well, as a kid, I always loved history. I loved, you know, I'm sure you guys can relate, watching war movies and growing up, and I would me and my childhood friend would
authentic posters back here from World War II and World War II.
You know, watching Band of Brothers and watching medieval movie like Braveheart. You know, I know everybody hates Braveheart because of how historically inaccurate, but as a kid, you know, like this is amazing. And you know, I would be in the woods with a stick pretending I was a knight and fighting in big battles, and I think that never really left me, and I do it in a more socially accepted way. You know, I guess I could go out and LARP.
So you're telling me you're not out in the woods with a stick every day?
Unfortunately, no.
See,
I'm not.
That's just
I'm not.
I'm down about that.
I know.
I wish I could.
Who's gonna fight the trees? You know?
Yeah. Who's gonna stop them from advancing on you? They're growing every day.
I know. It's a constant war. But no, yeah, that's kind of it's like the inner kid in me.
Yeah. Because what got me into it, I remember
constant war. All right.
Because I remember the first time I got into Rome was back in what year did 300 come out? It was like
that was like 2010,
8. I don't know.
It was earlier than that.
We have giant computers in front of us.
Right.
Yeah. We have.
I got it.
We have the technology.
Power the whole world at our fingertips, and we're trying to
2006.
remember 2006.
Boom, I was right.
Yeah, so
I'll be your support, Zach. Don't worry about it.
Awesome, thank you.
I'm here.
Thank you, Linus. Remember 300 came out, and then I started searching YouTube. I was looking for video games that I was just looking for more 300 content because
the
movie was honestly even
Who doesn't love a
kid.
art?
As a kid, I still thought the movie lacked in some things, so I was trying to use the internet to fill that void. And then I found Prince of Macedon, and not gonna lie, was not the biggest fan of the format of some of them, but I remember like just like the shit talk, because he would always include like the back and forth between him and like the person be like, oh, you fucking suck, this and that. And I remember the one video was he said no Spartan hoplites, and he ended up bringing Spartan hoplites, and then he ended up smashing them with the Macedonian hoplites. And I was like, oh, what's this? Thank you, Viva. I appreciate it, buddy. And then at this point I was doing landscaping, so I was doing cash jobs every day. So I made my stepdad bring me to Walmart, and I was asking the people that worked in the in electronics, I was like, hey, do you have Rome Total War? And they're just like, I had no fucking clue what I was talking about.
Like what?
I'm like, what? Yeah. And a guy was like, wait, what? I think we have one. And so he goes in the back, and he comes out. It literally has dust on it, and it's Rome, I think both medievals, and then there was one other one I can't remember. It was just like a big like deluxe set. It had like 8 different discs in it. He was like, here. And I saw the original price on it. It was like $150. I was like, oof. He was like, oh no, dude, that's on sale. Look. He scans it, and it was like $30. I was like, haha, yes. And then I remember all I did was go into custom match, go to a bridge map, and then I would recreate 300, where I would put as close to 300 Spartans as I could, and then spam the pink Persians over and over and over and over and over, and just have
pajama Persians.
Pajama Persians. And then I lost interest in it for a couple years, and then, like I said, then The Hobbit came out. I bought all of them, and I found you playing Helms Deep 8 times.
8 times.
8 times.
Yeah. Still play it.
With the Helms Deep, how about that Left 4 Dead map that we played?
That's so right.
Fucking fun.
You guys,
I got a lot of hate on that, actually.
You got personally?
Hate? Well, people were like, this coffin out sucks because I jumped off that fucking high wall.
Oh, because I edited in because I didn't want to save that round because obviously we did so poorly, but I left in the part where I like went through hell to save Coffin
to get me back,
and then
I gotta go and jump off the fucking wall.
I'm like, are you kidding me?
You're like, God damn it.
I got some hate on that. I replied back to a few comments about how bad I was.
Go at them.
I was like,
I saw that actually.
You don't give a fuck.
I went over there and I kept throwing salt in it too. I was just like, God. Yeah, that's right. Coffin out does suck.
He is bad, isn't he, guys? Yeah. I thought that was my first time playing Left 4 Dead, and I was like,
okay, but like jumping off a wall, you don't need to know how to play.
I thought I could hit the little boxes below me. That was my thought process. I want to land on the boxes and help out at the front door. And so I jumped, and I'm like, I misread everything in that situation. Like I wasn't ready. I jumped. I'm like, there's no boxes down here, and I fucking hit the ground. I was dead.
And then everyone's old friend Fall Damage came to say hi.
Yeah, I was so mad at myself. Like that was such a bonehead move. Like,
yeah,
I literally made Pixie come back and save my life for me to just end it right then and there.
And the fact that right at the end, we went to ride out to meet them, and the game just went to shit.
Oh, dude,
just the lag
pissed me off.
Because it was like one frame I was shooting at air, and the next frame I was in front of a propane tank shooting it. I was like, no. And the next frame we're all on fire. And then our lifeless bodies were being dragged down the street. And then
I was a little mad about that.
I looked it up. Gandalf was outside.
Oh, really?
Yeah, because I remember you ending the video like, I swear to God, if Gandalf was out there, I'm going to be so pissed.
Yeah,
and then I was just
people
like...
said that in the comments.
I'm going to go... Oh, yep. So apparently it's just him standing there. And if you have music enabled, you hear him say the line. Thaden King stands alone.
Yeah.
And then you hear the charge, but it's obviously nothing's happening. It's just literally Gandalf standing like Jesus.
Like
He's T-posing on you.
Yeah. I was like,
that was cool.
And then after that, it's a high score after that.
Oh, okay. So we pretty much beat it.
Someone
in the comments was like, man, that was like legit inspiring at the end.
Yeah, I thought we were doing so well towards the end, and then
we had like nothing but chainsaws and melee.
I had an empty grenade launcher and a sniper rifle.
Yeah.
Well, I guess we're gonna go out right here, right now.
And then we left Husky.
Husky died. Yeah, unfortunately.
Like, Husky, I'm sorry.
We probably could have got him, but it wasn't worth the risk. Sorry, Husky. If
there was
watching.
no way we would have got. No, we would have lost right then and there had we gone back for him.
That video did well with views, though I think probably 50% were tricked into watching it thinking it was a normal Helms Deep battle.
I saw some of those comments.
Yeah.
And then, of course, like, as I was joking before we started recording, like, watch, you're going to get so many comments. They're going to be like, oh, fucking Helms Deep video on Pixelated Apollo's channel. Fucking shocker.
Yeah.
And I'm scrolling through the comments. Oh, there's one.
Yeah, that's the meme now.
Yeah.
But I mean, yeah, in terms of Total War, like when I discovered Total War, the way I first started playing PC strategy games, I'd play on my mom's computer because I didn't have a PC. So I would she would let me play games on there. I'd play like Age of Mythology, Age of Empires, and it was fun, but like I wanted big battles. I'm like, I want it like real, because there would be small battles, and you could like custom scenarios on Age of Empires, and I would just like spawn like thousands of troops, and it would just be like a slideshow of like them fighting each other.
You hit start, and then you hear the PC just go.
Yeah.
CPU's going. Oh no.
Yeah.
I didn't have a computer until I want to say high school is when I had my first PC, and we weren't allowed to use it for anything but schoolwork.
Yeah.
So, it was rough.
I think I got a laptop in like 8th grade or something.
God.
And with that, I would play Medieval 1. That was my first Total War. And I was like, holy shit, this is amazing. Like, these are full armies. And you use actual tactics. And then I also found Prince of Macedon.
Yeah.
One of my favorite replays from him is when his opponent thinks he's winning and he tells him GG, and then Prince ends up turning it around and beating him.
I know.
I was like, that was amazing. I met him in person. He was like one of my YouTube heroes. It was pretty cool.
You actually met him?
Yeah.
You had the chance? Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, they were at Disney. Apollo was there having a family reunion with the giraffes.
Yes. Oh God, yeah. He I love Prince. He does not give a shit. He doesn't care. Like people, I was so uncomfortable because we were at Disney World and he was filming this goofy video and people were just staring at us. I'm like, man, I feel uncomfortable right now. But he's just like, I don't care. I was like, that's awesome. But yeah, he's a great guy.
Do you feel like you have that personality as well, that you just don't you don't care personality? Or are you more of a guy that likes to be in the background when it comes to things?
I think so. Like personally, I don't really care what people think.
Mm-hmm.
Like if I'm in public, I mean, being 6'7", you get a lot of looks anyways, know?
Don't also for being 6'7". You're 6'7"?
Yeah, I'm 6'7".
You're telling me you're 6'7" tall?
Yes.
You are huge.
I'm massive. Yeah.
Huge.
You're a tall man.
I am a very tall person.
You go to the gym too. You work out daily.
I work out at home. I have like free weights and stuff. But like, people say like, you're like, oh, you're so skinny. But I'm like, do you know how long my muscles are? Right?
Yeah.
This is pure strength right here. Okay.
You see me walking. For me is a workout. I'm 6'7". My hamstrings are on fire. I move 6 steps.
I'm stepping over 6 people per stride.
Yeah. You're 6. Did you play basketball in high school?
I played in middle school.
So you were you hit 6'7" in middle school?
No.
Hit
I
6'7"
was
in high school.
6'7" in high school. I was like 6'4", 6'5" senior year, and then I
So
grew.
you were tall.
I was tall, yeah.
And you didn't continue a basketball career?
I did not, because I was a golfer. So
You're a golfer.
Yes.
What's your handicap?
Probably pretty terrible. But
Really?
in high school, I would shoot like high 70s, low 80s.
No shit.
I was gonna
try to go. About.
I was gonna try to go into college golf, but senior year I got super burnt out. So I did so bad senior year, and I was just like, I'm dumb. But now I play like once a year for fun, and I'm terrible, but yeah.
What okay. What's your longest drive? What do you have on record as your longest drive? Straight down the middle. I don't want I hit it 400 yards, but it was all the way in 4 different greens. What was your longest straight drive?
I don't have a number on me, but that was one of my strengths because I was so tall. You
have all that power.
Right. So I would usually hit it like 300. And then depending on the hill and the wind, but like I think my longest was like 350.
No shit. 350.
I probably had help with wind and a hill, but yeah.
Okay, because I'm 5'7" and I hit 300 the other day, and I literally yelled on a golf course. like you would have thought I just hit the game-winning home run in the World Series. So I flexed. I like grabbed my club. I'm like, oh, like I'm the fucking best.
It's tough. It's tough hitting it that far, and like for me, I was more accurate with my 3-wood, and I remember in like tournaments, I would just use the 3-wood, especially if the course is like has a lot of woods and stuff, very narrow.
Right.
And I would just out drive people using driver. So it was one of my strengths. I also hit my irons really far.
You hit them far, yeah.
Yeah, like I hit a 7-iron like 175.
Were you using blades or were you using fatbacks?
It was close to blades. It had a little bit of.
It had a little fat in the back.
Yeah.
Okay. Hanson, a blade is a club that's straight. A blade is a club that's straight across. It has no meat on the backside.
Okay.
Which means it has no forgiveness in it.
Right. It's better for like newer players or.
If you have a fat back, it means it has a lot of meat on the back. So that way, if you tow it, it doesn't matter. If you get on the front of the club, it doesn't go a certain direction. It's just like hitting it with a baseball bat.
I'm just saying, y'all. I'll fuck y'all up in mini golf. Maybe top golf.
So that was my weakness was my short game. So
it's everybody's weakness.
Yeah, it's true.
Like,
well, not everywhere. You get some of those.
Tiger Woods struggles with a short game.
Yeah, I mean,
after the cheating and everything.
Hey, Happy Gilmore struggled with it at first.
That's true. Happy Gilmore.
That's true.
But then
and he got the putter.
Went to his happy place.
He also struggled with anger, and that was a great movie. That's
such a great movie.
Kid growing up, Happy Gilmore was my jam.
It got me into golf. I'm not gonna lie. It got me into golf as a young kid.
Same, but I wrecked this golf course down in Ponca City, Oklahoma, after I watched that movie. Because we watched it, and then my mom's boyfriend at the time that moved us down there was just like, "Hey, so you wanna go golf?" I was just like, "Yeah, let's go golf." Oh my god, I'm like Adam Sandler. And we go down there, and I get my club, I get my ball, and I just beeline it for the first hole. And before he can even stop me, he just sees me go. And I put a fucking hole through like those plaster windmills that they build at those shitty little mini. Yeah, I put a fucking hole through it. And I hear him go, "Stop, what the fuck? Oh my god!" I was like, "Woo!
I did it, Paul. Look at me.
You're gonna be Tiger Woods.
I'm young Tiger Woods, boy." Okay, I'll stop my shitty Southern accent. Wow. So a golfer, we got a YouTuber. What else we need to know about Pixelated Apollo?
Well, I mean, I love sports. I think sports are like, you know, if I have a kid, sports are gonna be. I'm not like something competitive. I think being competitive helps you.
It brings out a personality within somebody.
Right. It's just that's what life is. I mean, to an extent, you know, and obviously you don't want to be like let it consume you and you're just that competitive asshole that no one likes playing games with. Like you can't even play Uno with the guy, you know,
because he's throwing the table if he doesn't have Uno by the third hand.
Wow, you know. Really gonna hit me with a +4? You know what?
Yeah.
Fuck you, reverse.
I'm tired
bitch.
of this, and just flips
the fuck off me.
The table over. So a competitive guy likes sports.
I played football.
Okay.
I played football, but it was like elementary, so it wasn't like real football.
Pee Wee League.
But yeah, it was, and that was fun. And then middle school, I went to basketball because everybody tells me, yeah, I got to play basketball. I'm like, all right.
You're tall. You got to play.
And I was really good until other kids started to catch up, and I was like, I hate running. This sucks.
Yeah.
But I played golf since I was 4, so that was always my focus. And I knew in high school I had to be on the golf team. My brother was on the golf team, so it was like, you know.
You play any baseball as a kid?
That's one of the sports I wish I played, but no, I played it for fun in the backyard, but I never
got into it.
I actually played football. He's now a professional baseball player. He hit a home run. He's with the Rays, Austin Meadows.
Yeah.
Played football with him.
Really?
So, know him.
Wow.
Yeah.
Claim to fame right there.
Yeah, I know someone who's successful. So how about that?
You're successful. Are you not?
I mean, yeah. I mean, like, I guess it's all relative, right? I mean.
So, do you feel like you're gonna have a play button coming your way sometime soon?
For $1 million?
Yeah.
I hope so. I mean,
you got it. Stop it.
Probably in a couple of years.
What's your growth like on YouTube? What are you seeing a constant growth?
I mean, it's always growing. It's just a matter of how fast. I mean, it depends. Like right now, it's pretty slow. I'm getting like 200 subs, 250 subs a day. And
hold, you're not gonna blow by that. You're getting 200 subs a day.
That, I mean,
and
yeah.
Is YouTube and Twitter are they your only social media outlets for your channel?
I did create a Facebook page, but I never use it.
Don't use Facebook. Facebook's for old people. Get that fucking shit.
Yeah. Well, yeah. Well,
I'm gonna take my dog out. You guys keep talking, okay?
Okay.
Okay, no worries. The only reason I did is because Facebook had a contract for me to stream on Facebook.
So you had a contract from Facebook.
So it was like a financial incentive to create a Facebook page.
So you're on Facebook gaming as well?
Or
just
was.
Facebook and just
they did not resign me.
Is it because of no growth on Facebook?
I probably didn't perform well enough.
Right, but they gave you a contract at the very beginning.
They gave me a contract for a year. Yeah.
Yeah, and what year was this?
2018, I believe.
2018. Oh, okay.
So
I mean, 3 years ago. 2 years ago.
It was probably like more 2 years ago. Yeah.
And so what other ways are you reaching out to people?
I don't really try too much other than within the YouTube realm. Like I just try to make good videos and have like flashy titles with good thumbnails, and that's.
And then in the future, if in the near future, say by 2021, are you looking to reach out? Like TikTok's obviously big right now. It's a big way to get minimum at least 100 people to notice you at a day, because the way TikTok works is it's an always advancing algorithm.
No, I mean, I just see me on. I mean, it's probably smarter to diversify and.
But you're not looking for that because you have what you need now.
Pretty much, honestly, I'm at the point in my YouTube career where I'm like, I'm just kind of coasting. Where I'm just, I'm like, you kind of have to be always. You should always be like striving to grow and get bigger and bigger. But I'm more at the part where I'm like, I'm still trying to grow, but I'm not like
you're comfortable in your growth rate.
Right, I'm having fun doing battle replays.
100 to 200 subs a day is a good growth.
I would like to get it up to 350 because that is one thing, like, out of all the stuff I could achieve, I want the gold play button.
You deserve a gold play button.
Yeah, damn it.
You're producing videos every day, correct?
Yeah, but I mean, it's my living. It's, you know, it's how I pay the bills. But it's just one of those things where, like, I would love to get to that million and just kind of, you know, when I get older, I have kids. You know, maybe one day I stop doing YouTube. You know, or maybe
Are you looking into kids right now? Are you thinking about having a child?
With my fiance, we're probably gonna get married first, but we're thinking about just eloping.
When's the wedding?
What?
When's the wedding?
When's the wedding? Oh,
when'd you propose? When'd you propose?
When did I propose?
Yeah.
Almost a year ago, November 1st.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
At Disney World. Well, that's fucking nice, dude.
She always wanted that so I'm like, all right, I'm gonna do that for
Big you. Disney girl.
Big Disney. She hates the company, loves Disney World.
Right.
Yeah.
Now, Disney, as in, is she like a Harry Potter fan, or is she like the older videos? I don't mean to bring your fiance into this.
She likes Harry. She wasn't like a Harry Potter freak. In fact, she first saw all the movies like in 2016.
Okay.
So
you messed up. You gotta get rid of that. It's over. You gotta get a Harry Potter freak.
I mean, she likes it. She cried like a baby when that elf died.
When Dobby died? Don't call it the elf. It's Dobby.
I'm sorry.
How dare you disrespect Dobby?
I know. But I've never seen her cry that much to a movie.
Did she cry when you proposed?
A little bit.
Or
not as much as Dobby dying.
So Dobby took first on the crying scale.
Yes.
Okay.
I mean, you know, it was a really, because I surprised her because she always like joked and like hinted towards me doing that.
Yeah.
So I tried to set it up. So she set up the trip. So she's thinking like, he's not going to do anything.
We're going to go have fun. I made the trip.
Yeah. It's her trip. That's when I had to rush and buy the ring. And what I did is I called Disney and was like, hey, because they have our profiles set up where you can see what you reserve for hotels. So I extended our stay for 2 days at a really like fancy like club level thing. So you know, we could celebrate, and I had to make sure that she couldn't see it. So on the very last day of her trip, I was like, hey, let's go to Magic Kingdom really quick and just get some photos. So we're in line for a photo, and then right before we're up, I tell the photographer, hey, I'm going to propose.
Yeah.
And I tried to do it as nonchalant, and the photographer was like, oh, okay. So I did it, and she took pictures of the whole event. People were clapping. It was a really cool experience. And then I was like, hey, guess what? We have 2 more nights. So it was awesome. And then COVID hit and delayed any kind of wedding plans.
Well, yeah, that's rough. COVID stopped our wedding as well. We were gonna have we had our wedding in Tennessee with just small family.
Right.
And then we were gonna have the reception with everybody that we knew at a central location towards us.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
And then COVID hit, and they're like, "Well, you don't get your deposit back. You're not gonna get this. We couldn't even return our dress." They're like, "Well, you missed the deadline." And
you can't even reschedule. Can you reschedule?
Well, she's pregnant now, and she doesn't want to do it. She doesn't want to have the opportunity. Yeah, can't drink, and you know it's gonna be a big party. Like, who doesn't want to go to reception and be like sober? You know what I mean?
Right.
So it just delayed everything.
Yeah.
For at least until we can do it at our 5-year or something like that. Who knows?
Well, yeah. I mean, I would, and then it'd be, you know, you could have your child there. You know, it'd be kind of cool.
Right. Hang on one quick sec, guys.
What happened?
My camera didn't freeze, but for some reason, your camera's froze.
Mine?
On the stream.
Oh,
technical difficulties.
I look good.
Right. Apollo just looks like he's listening intently. He's just,
Apollo looks like he cares.
Like I saw a mean comment in the chat, and I'm about to go off.
Yeah, he was like someone just like it was just like a fuck pixie comment, and you're just staring at it like, what did I do?
You know who I am?
Have you seen me, motherfucker?
Hang on, guys. So here was my backup, just in case his camera wasn't working. The infamous picture.
Oh,
your super photo. What's the word for it? Photogenic. Okay, everything's working now.
That photo, I made that face on purpose. All right?
I know.
Dang it.
I'm gonna say that's kind of your fault because you actually sent me that video to watch.
Oh yeah.
Because we were joking about
Warhammer.
Yeah. Oh yeah. It was Haley and I were scrolling through Twitch, and we're just like, dude, take a shot every time you see a female streamer showing too much, showing a little too much cleavage.
Yeah.
And what's it? I sent that to you. I was like, hey, bro, this is your whole issue, man. You do this, and you're gonna you're gonna take off, and you're just like, oh, hang on, I already did one of those.
Having boobs in the thumbnail.
Yeah.
Welcome back.
Welcome back. I fixed the problem.
Oh, what happened? What was wrong with it?
I just literally just hit it and then reopened it. Resetting it seemed to work. Who wants to
Pixie?
Yes.
I've never heard you drinking. Are you a drinking man? Do you enjoy an adult beverage?
I enjoy wine.
Yeah.
But I don't.
Red or white?
Red wine.
Okay.
Okay, so I'm a bit of a health nut. I'm not gonna lie.
You have to be at 6'7".
I mean,
you have to be.
You know, I mean, for me, like anxiety has always been a problem with me, and so I try. I think it's just like there's a lot of mental illness in my. I wouldn't call my anxiety a mental illness, but it's just.
It's what it is. It's the legal term is a mental illness.
Yeah, it's not like schizophrenia where like I think schizophrenia is more of a structural issue with the brain.
Well,
anxiety could be like a habit or a trait that you picked up on that you need to like change, if you get what I'm saying.
Well,
it depends.
We can talk more about your anxiety because I also suffer from anxiety. I was prescribed Xanax while I was in the Marine Corps. I did a few things and it made me very jumpy, if you will.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
I also have depression, which I think I talk about on my stream a lot of times. Do you find it crippling, your anxiety, or is it something that you deal with on a regular basis?
Honestly, if I didn't have YouTube, I would probably be really struggling right now, like in terms of keeping a 9-to-5 job.
It's your outlet.
Yeah, I mean, I can work from home. I don't have to commute. You know,
Is it people that gives you anxiety, or is it the everyday hustle and bustle that gives you the anxiety?
It could be a lot of different. I don't have social anxiety. I enjoy talking with people.
You're a social person.
I'm pretty social at times. It depends. But like for me, I've always had health anxiety. That manifests into full-on panic attacks and stuff. You know, I've gone to the doctor many times and, you know, thinking I was terminally ill or whatever. And the doctor laughs at me, you know, like, dude, you know, what you need is to see a therapist, you know, kind of thing.
Have you ever seen one?
Yeah, I've seen 2 throughout my life. High school, I went to a therapist. And then after high school and college, I went, you know, to a therapist. And
if I get too deep, just
no,
I
don't mind at all. If anything, I like
it helps the stigma. Correct.
I like letting people know too, because there's other people out there that have anxiety and they feel alone. And
we talked about this on the last podcast. It got kind of deep. Hanson and I both shared some very deep stories about our lives.
Yeah, no, I mean, I've struggled with anxiety since I was in elementary.
Yeah, you felt that panic mode.
Yeah, I have had panic attacks. I still vividly remember like going to the nurse my mom worked at the school and just I thought I was dying. I was a little kid. I had no business. I mean,
Right.
like, it just was, and just like I remember they had to like close the sheet because I was freaking out.
Like the
I
stomach
couldn't.
pain, you were
It just
head racing.
heart racing, felt lightheaded, felt like I couldn't breathe. That kind
Right.
of stuff, and you know from then from that point to even I'm getting better with panic attacks.
Yeah.
Like I don't really have them anymore because I just tell myself to shut up. Like I'm so used to them. I know the sensations. I'll go down a checklist, be like, shut up, dude. This is a panic attack. And it usually helps tell me to shut
Right.
up. But I still have like OCD thoughts. I still have depression, you know.
Do you also think you have OCD?
Yeah, probably for
A
sure.
little bit.
Probably a lot. Yeah.
I've been doing work for him as a graphic artist, so trust me, he has
Yeah,
OCD.
he has some OCD.
Yeah, I do.
Yeah, I mean that's not a bad thing. I mean, Einstein had OCD.
Yeah, no, if, in a way, it's just how you use it. I think is
Yeah.
the.
If you don't let it destroy you,
sometimes
you let it get to you.
Sometimes, yeah. Sometimes, like if I have something like some sort of weird pain in my body or something, I'll fix on it, and then I'll go through these scenarios of like what I'm gonna have to go through. Like I'm gonna have to go through intense like treatment and like
You
I'm gonna.
sound like my wife. I'm not gonna lie to you.
Yeah, I mean, yeah,
she will Google things.
yeah,
Like she'll feel a weird pain and she'll Google it. She's like, I have type 3 like breast cancer. We need to go to the doctor. And I'm like, there's
yeah.
there's no other symptoms other than you feel like your tits tight. Like relax.
Yeah.
I'm using this as a completely made up example,
Right,
obviously.
right.
But
Yeah, no, I mean, with anxiety, you have a lot of chest pain.
yeah,
I've
I
had a
have.
lot of fears with my heart, and
Yeah.
I remember when I lived in Orlando, I did 8 months worth of heart tests, and I did like the echocardiograph because I had a heart murmur. When the doctor told me, he's like, "Has anybody told you you have a heart murmur?" I was like, "Oh, great, this is it."
Great. So you went on WebMD and you're like, how do you die from a heart murmur? And then it told you everything that could happen.
Well, no, I mean, it was more like, oh, most of the time it's like it usually means nothing when you have a heart murmur. But it could be something or whatever. But right after that, I did an EKG thing, and the doctor there was like, "It's probably nothing." That came back fine. At that point, I should have said, "Okay, it's probably nothing." Then the echocardiograph, and they did find a tiny hole in my heart, which needs no treatment.
It's easily repairable by yourself, correct?
You just don't mess with it. It's like a pinhead size hole.
Yeah.
A tiny bit of blood comes out or something. I'm not a doctor. I can't. But I'm like, well, what does that mean? He's like, nothing. Like, do I have to like work out less? And they're like, no, like it literally nothing. So, but then he sent me to the cardiologist because my heart rate was so fast. I'm like, well, I have anxiety.
So you're having an anxiety attack.
Yeah. And then I did a heart monitor for like a week. I did a stress test. All came back fine. And I'm like, this could have ended in one doctor visit if I didn't have anxiety.
Right.
So
yeah. And it's something you battle with every day? Or is it spatial? Like you like if something's wrong with you or you feel a pain?
No, so yeah, I mean if I like feel like a pain, I'll fix on it, and it just turns me into a zombie where like I'm living life, I'm like interacting with family, but I'm like dead inside. Because and my fiance knows when it's happening because you can just see it on my face. I'm like I'm somewhere else thinking about something horrible instead of being in the moment. And
do you think your depression plays a factor in that too? Have you been diagnosed with depression?
I mean, I don't.
With your two therapists, do they talk about depression with you?
It's mostly focused around the anxiety. I think like it's hard. It's that fine line between is it depression or are you sad because of your anxiety?
Right.
Or is your depression causing the anxiety?
Yeah.
So I think I struggle with it because there's some days where I have no business being upset, and I just For some,
you just are for no reason.
I'm just mad. I'm just, depressed, and I'm like, and then the next day I'm like, nothing changed. I'm just happy.
Like you wake up and you're like, it's fine. I'm
Yeah,
okay.
yeah. So I just think depression runs in my family. There's a lot of, alcoholism problems in the family, and that's one of the reasons why I don't drink much.
You're afraid of the addiction side? Because do you have an addiction side to your family? Because I definitely do.
Yeah, I do.
Yeah,
so do
Like my
I do.
grandfather died from heroin, and my dad's mom was alcoholic, and
right.
so so it's kind of like, I just don't touch it. It makes me feel better. Like I battle anxiety any way I can. Anyway, I exercise every day. Like I do like 40 minutes. I'll do like 20 minutes of cardio and then 20 minutes of weightlifting. Makes me feel great,
Right.
I eat super healthy. And
salads and lean meats all the time.
I eat fatty meats too, because the science is, it depends on who you
it wavers.
Yeah. So I just, what I try to do, I do like a Mediterranean, like it'll be mostly like you said, lean meats, salads, sometimes
fish,
grain,
leafies, and fruits.
Yeah. But light on the fruits because it's high in sugar and stuff. But
pistachios.
Lots of eat a lot of nuts, right? Almonds, pistachios, peanuts,
salty nuts.
Salty nuts, I love it. But I do that, and I do it because I want every advantage I can to beat my anxiety. Because if I have caffeine, if I have sugar,
it raises your heart rate and you feel weird.
You'll have like a sugar crash or caffeine and then it makes you depressed, and it makes me worry about my health less. And I know like you can still get a sickness even if you take care of yourself, but it's less. I think about it less. I feel better about myself, and that's why I do it. And it's not like I want to live forever or something. It's all anxiety focus. Like it's all just, I just want to, the time that I do have, I want less anxiety. So anyway, any possible advantage, I will try to use it to beat it.
To the best you can do.
Best
And then, so you said you've seen 2 therapists. You were never prescribed anything?
Well, I did go to the type of therapist that does prescribe medicine. This was when I was in college, and like I remember the moment when I grabbed the door handle to my classroom, and I just like instant panic attack. Like there's something about being stuck in a room with these people. Like
and you didn't like it. You weren't happy.
Yeah, and I just walked away, got my car, and went back home, and that's when I went on medication, and it made it worse. Like,
how did it make you feel?
Made me want to kill myself, and that was
more. Did you ever have thoughts like that?
I don't. Not seriously. I think you always occasionally think about it, and you're like, but I would never take the thoughts seriously.
So you had ideations, you just didn't have a plan.
Right. I would never take it that far. I think my hope for beating anxiety kept me alive.
You wanted to beat your brain so badly that you're like, if you want me dead, you're gonna have to do it yourself.
Right. Exactly.
I get where you're coming from with that. It's a strong person mentality. I don't know how to put it.
Yeah, it's like I'm not afraid of death per se. It's more like, it's more of just, I guess when I have anxiety, it's more of like what I would have to go through treatment wise.
Yeah.
Saying bye to family or whatever. But I was like, you know what? If one thing I want to do in my life is, if someone's at my funeral, they'll be like, he struggled with anxiety, but he beat it. That was his legacy. So that's why, but when I was on that medication, that was the closest I've ever been to actually going through with it.
Yeah.
Because it turned me into a different person.
Turned you into a zombie almost.
If you would. I was bedridden. I didn't leave my room.
You didn't want to leave. Your brain balance was off.
Yeah. I didn't want to. I didn't want to leave. and I was just like, I remember one day just like thinking about writing a note or something, and I was like, this is too far. Like this is.
Was that your hiatus in the YouTube game? Was that why you took a break?
About, like, I think right after. I think I started at that moment a little bit before.
And that became your outlet. It became your creative.
Right.
I can do this. I have to do this, but I can do this. This is where it comes from.
Yeah,
you're producing the thoughts into content, basically.
Yeah, pretty much. So after having anxiety for probably like almost 20 years now, I know a lot about it. And I know that usually when you have high anxiety, you have high creativity, like intelligence.
Yeah.
Because you create these crazy scenarios in your head that you have to be creative to be able
to. No one would ever think of.
Right. That's like, why are you even thinking like that? You know, that kind of thing. So I've learned that the more you put your brain power towards something creative, at the end of the day, your brain will be too tired to think horrible thoughts.
To focus on what it wants to focus on. You're putting it towards what you want to focus on.
Well, the brain wants to focus on something creative, but when you don't feed it, it will manifest into thinking of something horrible because it's bored. Your brain is bored.
Yeah, you're very left brain.
I guess.
Yeah, left brain is creative. You're more left brain.
I would say, I'm more on the creative side. Yeah, probably. But like that, I always enjoyed art class and doing creative stuff. I think it's really important.
Do you do art now? Are you an artist now?
I don't like draw or paint. I'll do like lately.
You do graphic design or anything?
No. I don't really do anything like in that way. I've thought about it just for like a hobby to pick up, but in terms of art, I view like making videos and
as your art,
communicating, and I'll do like at night I'll do like haikus, little poems or something.
You do poems. You do poetry.
A little bit.
We got a Allan Poe right here on the computer. Are you a dark poet or are you more of a uplifting?
Whatever I'm feeling. So haikus are more like nature-based poems.
If you haikus, correct me if I'm wrong, they're like the 636 or the 53
575.
575. Yeah, sorry.
So they're like super short. I can do them in a couple minutes, and like it just depends. Like I did one where it's like I'm like the first two lines are like talking about something like infinite space and like, you know, craziness, and then the last line is my dog is goofy. You know, just kind of like almost like don't take things so seriously.
I wrote my wife a poem.
Oh yeah?
Did I not? Yeah. Do you still have it, honey? She's gonna go find it. I wrote my wife a poem when I first told her I loved her.
Hell yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah, so I
so writer poetry?
I used to be, not anymore.
Because you got her.
Well, it's not her. I used to write poetry about anything, really, honestly.
Oh,
because
sorry, go ahead.
There's an old saying that when you go to war, you make art, which it comes from the fact that you have to draw the landscape in front of you when you're holding a post.
Yeah.
And so a lot of people when they go to war and they have to draw art, it's because of what they're seeing in front of them, right? So you go to war and you make art, and sometimes it comes from the drawings or it comes from how you're feeling at the moment, stuff like that. There's a lot of poets who have been to war, and they make beautiful things, not even thinking about it because they have so much stress going on in the moment, and they write such great things. So I used to do it more in the Marine Corps, just because I had no other outlet other to be aggressive, eat food, or fall asleep. So if I wasn't working out, I had nothing else to do. But then, if I got in a firefight, then I didn't need my creative side of my brain for that.
Right, you need survival. Yeah.
Yeah, I had to use my right side, where survival was education. I had to learn about what was happening.
Right.
But my downtime, the left side had nothing to do.
Right.
And so I would write poetry, or I would draw dumb pictures.
That, and that's, that makes a lot of sense, because like Tolkien, You know, he wrote The Hobbit when he was in the trenches, you know? And so,
your brain needs a constant release of the stress, and whether it comes through left or right being aggressive, left being creative.
Yeah.
It creates, and I honestly, I try to break it down. When it came to me, and I know I'm just a singular person, but when it came to me and I was doing things and I was constantly in a state of distress or not able to release emotionally, I would get angry or I would write something down or draw. I'm not a very good draw. I can't, I'm not an artist. I can't draw to save my life.
Well, I mean,
like I can draw you something that you need to know for a landscape for the next guy who's on post, but I can't draw for
range
anything.
Cards.
Well, I mean, it's
range cards.
When it comes to art, it's more about what your
perspective. Yeah.
No, that's. I mean, I think that's what makes humans so unique, is that
makes
we
us
need
us.
that creative, side, and that's what propelled us to having computers right now, and but
connecting because that's when I first got from the Marine Corps, I lost most of my friends. I want to say like 98% of all my friends. Oh, lights went out.
I'm going
I lost like 98% of my friends because I was different. I came back and I was weird. Hanson, can you attest to this?
Oh, yeah, totally. Like, I remember, well, like even when like leaving basic training, like all the guys that I went through basic training with, we all exchanged gamer tags, Steam IDs. There was actually a big group of us that promised we were gonna play World of Warcraft together. And like once we all like got home, then went to our duty stations, a lot of us just stopped talking. And then there's a few guys I still talk to from Alpha Company, which was my actual unit when I got out in January 2019. A few of them are actually deployed right now, so communication with them is few and far between.
Much as you can, yeah.
Right. Which actually, reason why I didn't get here until like 5 minutes to starting the podcast. One of my buddies that's overseas right now, his girlfriend came up here to have dinner with us, have lunch with us, and I actually just sent him one of the stars and beard shirts. So, Joe, if you're watching, you should be getting that pretty soon.
Which I have. It's a very comfortable shirt. Wear it every day.
Yeah, it was my only one too. So I got to order another one. Just to answer a quick question real quick, just to kind of clear this up. Viva, so as far as the podcast being available on other platforms, I am looking into it. I'm not sure what you have to do to get stuff on the Apple
Wolfie.
Podcast Store. Hey, Wolfie, thank you so much, buddy. I appreciate it.
Wow, dude. Thank you.
But as far as Spotify goes, as it stands right now, Spotify is an absolute no-go. As both of these guys know, I'm a big Joe Rogan fan. I watch his podcast a lot. And the shit that's going on with him, not to kind of get into that political like stance talk at the moment, but the level of censorship that Spotify is trying to push on his podcast is ridiculous, and I'm not going to put my podcast on their platform. But as far as like Podbean, Apple, stuff like that, I'm looking into it. It's just a matter of sitting down and actually doing it and figuring out like what's the most cost-effective way. But it will be available on YouTube. Every podcast that's streamed live is going to be, which I had to fix last week because we had all those tech difficulties.
Yeah.
They're all going to be backed up to the YouTube channel. And if you guys need to know the link to it, hopefully this.
Are you standing up right now, Pixie?
I am.
I am super jealous of that desk.
You have a standing desk?
I have a standing desk, yes.
What it must be like to be at the top.
Dude,
he's on the top of the world.
Does it feel great?
It's great,
Is it a Vera desk? A Vera desk or whatever?
Is it pronounced It's
Vera.
JVARIS.
Yeah, with the little controls, you can have it go up
Yeah,
and down.
yeah, it's bamboo. Yeah, it's
yeah. Wow.
I had an IKEA one.
Yeah,
but it broke in like a year, and I was like, you know what? Since I'm on my desk so many hours a day,
literally all day.
Yeah. So yeah, and again, that's my health anxiety showing. You know.
Yeah, you standing. Yeah, your whole perspective changed. I can see all of Napoleon behind you now.
I know. Yeah, he's he
Looks
watches
good.
over me.
What's with all the photos behind you? What do you got going on?
So those are Displate Metal posters.
Displate Metal.
It's one of my sponsors. They'll send over. They're really cool. Shout out to Displate. They'll
plug them real quick.
I've got. I don't. It's hard to see, but I've got my patriotic corner. I don't know if you can kind of see that.
It's a little dark.
It's it's a little dark.
Here, hold on. I got you.
Yeah. God, he's such a. Look at that flow.
But,
I know, right?
Yeah,
it's just the flow of the flowy hair.
Flowy hair. Oh, okay.
Yeah,
you can see the memorial.
Yeah.
You got the boats to D-Day
and a flag.
And
then under it, you can't see it, but I have a Civil War sword.
That's something else we're gonna touch on here in a sec.
What? I have that sword, which is pretty cool. But
did you handcraft it?
No, it's from the Civil War.
It's from the actual Civil War.
Yeah. It's the 17th Pennsylvania Cav, the captain, or the Major Fry. And I also have his record, his soldier's record.
His whole record?
Yeah, here, I'll show you real quick.
Yeah.
He's got to get the gloves on.
He probably gets
yeah. Well, one of the first nights I actually
This is a document in 1884. It's hard to see, but these are all the battles he was in.
Oh, fuck.
And yeah.
Yeah, one of the first nights I was in a video Discord chat with him, he was showing that, and then me and Martyr are sitting there just racking the slides on our Glocks, and Paul's like, "Oh, hang on," and it comes in with white gloves on.
Of course,
holding the Civil War sword.
Yeah.
I don't have that. I have a World War II Kark 98 that was actually used by the Germans in my gun cabinet.
Does it still have I don't know if I should say it. I don't know.
It still has everything. I'll get on.
Okay. Because I know some platforms you can't even say that word.
Yeah, but the argument is that it's all historical values.
That doesn't matter.
I'll fight for it. That is one of my biggest pet peeves is when people censor things, be like, "Oh, it's hate speech or this." It's like, no, it's fucking history.
Yeah, I know. It's just War of Rights, you know, showing the South. People are like, "Well, do you support the South?" I'm like, it's a video game.
I accidentally, without realizing it, I didn't realize it till we actually got into Applebee's. I took off my jacket and I realized I was wearing my 13th Georgia hoodie.
Right here, can you see the symbol?
Yep.
Oh yeah, it's loaded too.
Yeah. It shoots the 8mm rounds.
Holy crap!
It's got 4 stamps. It doesn't have the bayonet. I'm still trying to find it for the actual serial number I have. But it's a beaut.
Yeah. Holy crap, that's awesome.
I don't like having it because it's you have the wrong side rifle that you should have, but whatever.
It's still.
I mean, it's probably worth more than.
It actually is.
Yeah.
I kind of hate having it because it's I have a bunch of money sitting in a gun cabinet that you shouldn't have, but it's such a rare piece that I'm I can't get rid of it.
Yeah, you could always pass it on.
I want to.
History.
It just sits in the cabinet. I've never shot it, but it's a fully functioning rifle still.
Yeah.
But
I bet don't shoot it.
I'm not gonna shoot it. It's dirty from when they pulled it out, but
yeah,
I haven't touched it since.
Yeah, because those are rare because they scratched off a lot of the symbolism.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So the guy who sold it to me was a history buff, and he said that it was confiscated before the end of the war. So during the middle, before everybody started freaking out about the loss and everything.
Yeah,
but it's fine. I'm okay
That's
with having it
amazing.
there. I have my old SKS too, but it's not as cool. Okay.
Yes, Wolfie, it's completely functional. It's just he's not going to shoot it.
I can shoot it right now, but not inside.
What were you saying, Zach, about your hoodie you were walking?
Oh, so as you guys know, back when we were in the 13th Georgia, you know, to help kind of raise money for, you know, paying for servers and stuff like that, I made a Second Core merch store, you know, and stuff like that. And I bought, actually no, correction. Every time we sold like 5 shirts or 5 mugs or anything like that, the way that Teespring worked is that you could get a free sample sent to you. So I ended up getting all the free samples of our merch since I was running it and I did all the designs.
Yeah.
So I was wearing it today. I was wearing the hoodie because it was kind of it's really chilly up here in Wisconsin, and so we go out to have Canada, Lower Canada.
Sorry.
We went to have a dinner, and I just threw my jacket on and I left, and then we sat down at Applebee's and just went zip. Oh shit. All right. Well, social distancing, anyways, shouldn't be an issue. And then, sure enough, the lady actually kind of took a double take. She saw the pig with the Confederate hat. I was just like, it's a video game. Relax.
Yeah. Well, if you were in Georgia, I don't think anybody would think much of it.
No, if anything, people will be asking about it. They're like, 13th Georgia, really?
Yeah.
Can I get one?
Right?
Yeah. I guess it depends where you are in Georgia, but.
Well, I mean, I'm from Minnesota and live in Wisconsin, so like, and plus the unit that I was in is a direct descendant of the first Minnesota that had the epic bayonet charge in Gettysburg that like really kind of helped win the whole situation.
Yeah.
So like, I remember when I first heard about that, I was like, that is a badass story, but a horrible tactical decision. But then again, the most badass story I've ever heard, because the general told him, hold it. And then the commander, realizing the situation, all he said was, to the last man. And he turned around and he fucking left. And a desperate bayonet charge. I think, let me just look it up so I can quote it properly. Like, the level of casualties.
If I had somebody tell me to bayonet up while I was overseas, and they're like, hey, to the last man, and then my fucking captain or major turned around and ran, like, hey, I'm not fucking doing that.
82%. 82% casualties at the Battle of Gettysburg. They also suffered 20% at the First Bull Run and 28% in Antietam.
Jesus.
Jeez.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I love learning about the American Civil War, and there's just like millions of little stories like that.
Oh yeah.
I agree. I'm on a great podcast that I watch or listen to while I'm at work. And it talks about the logistics of Civil War and the Revolutionary War. I'm trying to find it for you guys.
Well, while he looks that up, so since I first saw your Civil War sword, you have since then expanded your arsenal, eh? I remember that first
personally, yeah. Non-historical items, yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I went shooting with a friend of mine and I just fell in love. So I was like, all right, well, time for me to get an arsenal. And
yeah, I remember that first message. You're like, hey man, so I'm looking to get a pistol. What do you recommend? And I was just like, Glock.
Gotta have a Glock.
Don't look at anything else. Glock. And you're just like, really? I was like, yes, Glock. Just get Glock. And then I think it was like 5 days later, you're like, so I didn't get a Glock. I was like, what the fuck?
I got a CZ.
A P10?
P10 full.
Oh, yeah. Those are nice guns.
Yeah.
Beautifully made.
Yeah, so what happened, I was dead set on getting a Glock, but my friend who took me shooting had 2 CZs. And he's like, all right, well, you just got to give each gun a try and see what feels best and you like more. So I rented a Glock, but when I shot his CZs, they just felt so much better. I don't know. I don't know. It just fit with me. So I was like, all right, well, I'm just going to get a CZ.
Yeah.
And, I mean, I still like the Glocks. It's just...
a ZZ is perfect. A P10
Yeah.
is nice. It's full.
Yeah,
it's 15 plus 1, 16 plus 1.
It's 16 plus 1, I think.
16 plus 1.
Yeah.
Do you have it in desert tan?
No, just black. Okay, so this was now keep in mind, this is like peak. Even today, it's hard to get guns and ammo. But this is like peak. They had nothing. And I was lucky enough to get the gun I did get because it was like the last one. So yeah, I didn't have many options.
Well, yeah, I mean that happens. Yeah. What else do you have within your arsenal?
I'll tell you off camera. Okay. I've always been told best not to tell.
Okay.
Your whole arsenal, just for. But
okay, still staying.
If the ATF is watching, I have a fully automatic submachine gun.
Still being somewhat quiet about it. Did you finally get that other one that you've been waiting on?
Yes. The gun store I will never go to again because I bought the gun, had it shipped to him. It shipped September 9th and it was almost October. They were so rude. I called them multiple times. I was like, hey, I had a gun shipped there. He's like, I'm busy. I'll send someone else to look for it. I'm like, are you kidding me? So that day I was like, I'm going in. So I went in and sure enough, it's in there. It's probably was in there for weeks.
Had dust on it.
Yeah, the box was all tore up and
oh my God.
I was like, what the hell are you guys doing? Like, how hard is it to call someone? I went in and pre-filled out like all the forms. Had to do it again. They lost it.
Was it a big gun store?
No. It was
a small town gun store.
Yeah, it was a dinky.
Those are normally the ones that are.
They mess with you like that.
Honestly, there's a really nice one. It's called like the Governor's Gun Store or something. They have a really nice gun range and stuff. But for some reason, I just couldn't get the gun I wanted shipped there. So I had to go to this dinky one that they had poor customer service. I don't know. It just was not a fun experience.
In my experience, though, like most of the time, it's the small, like mom and pop gun stores that
do the best.
That do the best. Like, I remember like my stepdad, he got an AK shipped, and he got an ACOG shipped with it. Mm-hmm. And like with AKs, there's like I'm not an AK guy, so I don't know like all the different things because I know that there's a bit more machining when it comes to AKs, from what I've heard. And like I went with him to go get it, and they're like, "Oh, hey, so yeah, it's all set up. I actually mounted it for you already." It's like he's like, "Oh, fuck, you didn't have to do that. Thank you."
Wow, yeah.
But then like you go up to like the bigger gun store like in our area, Gander Outdoors, and it's just
yeah.
So like I'm super surprised like they did that to you, like that. I don't know.
It maybe because
Southern hospitality.
Yeah, maybe it's because all the guns are selling out and they can't keep up with it, and they just. But when I went, they were not super polite. Like when I bought my CZ, they were like the nicest people ever. Mm-hmm. They're like, "Oh, okay, what are you looking for? Okay, like what like just." They were patient, they were super nice. This one, I went in to fill out forms because if you do that, it's cheaper. Mm-hmm. So I went in, filled out some forms. I went to buy some ammo for the gun, and just so short with me, just looked at me like I was an idiot. I'm just like
probably thought you were just a libtard that was just
probably. I mean, scared. I know like I'm slender, I got the long hair. I might give off some vibes of a certain group or something, but I was like, whatever. But I was just like, what's? I'm never going back there again. Well, but
like the thing about that pisses me off the most is, so as a responsible gun owner, as a guy with this concealed carry permit, guy that's trained with my weapon and stuff like that, when somebody tells me, hey man, I just bought a gun, because I get people that message me. They're just like, hey man, I bought a gun, I'm not really sure how to use it, can you help me out? My first thing that I tell them is, first off, welcome to the side of freedom. Welcome to the right side of freedom. Second off, now you're a gun owner, don't know how to use it, now it's time to teach you to be a responsible gun owner. But do it in a way that doesn't make you feel like, oh fuck, I just invested $500 to $1,300 into something I'm never going to use,
right?
You know, and like make them scared about it, this and that, you know. So when people who are at gun stores, most of the time people at gun stores are the first like face they get, you know, somebody who's never used a gun. That's the first face they see when they get introduced into guns. You know, like, this dude's a fucking asshole, and then it starts you know, getting the wheels turning of like, shit, am I making the right decision right now?
Yeah, like, who are these people? Yeah.
So like when you and I were chatting that one night, and I was just like, dude, man, just wait till you get some more land, you can build a range. You're like, dude, I'll fucking fly you out here. I'm waiting for it.
Yeah, I'm still looking for that land, but
cannot wait. You and I are gonna, well, first you're gonna make me my first fish.
Smoked salmon, yeah.
Because I don't eat fish, even though I'm from Minnesota. I know, sacrilege. I understand.
You don't eat fish?
Don't get me fucking started, all right? It's the smell.
You don't eat pussy either? What do you got going on?
Okay, first off, if it smells...
Haley, if you're in chat...
Okay, yeah,
no,
First off,
Haley's yelling
if it smells like fish, you should probably step away.
Thank you.
You don't turn down anything.
It's gonna rot.
If she's gracious enough to be there.
Oh, God. She's gonna look at me and be like, did you use activated charcoal before you went down there? But charcoal. So yeah, you're gonna make me my first fish meal. I'm gonna help you. I cannot wait. I'm gonna show you some shit.
I'm about to buy 1,000 rounds.
Of what?
Well, I feel like if I say, I'll give it away, but
I'm gonna tell you right now.
I'll even show you after the podcast.
Koff, I'm gonna tell you this. It's the best rifle round.
I assume we're gonna talk after podcast because we have a lot more to go over. But okay, let's get a little bit off guns.
Okay.
Let's get a little bit back more to Pixie here. The main star of the whole podcast here is Pixelated Apollo. The man himself.
That's always the case. Wherever I am, whatever party
you
I
are
go
the star.
It's all about me.
I feel like you walk into any business and they stop what they're doing. Like, is that fucking Pixelated Apollo? Is that him?
Dude, I heard his pronouns are liege and sire.
He's Legion. He's that's the dude that does Total Room 2 videos. Is that him? Yeah. And then it just breaks down from there. How do you deal with the fame?
You know, it's not easy. That's for sure. You know.
Have you been to a convention yet?
No. I haven't. I've thought about it. I'm pretty I'm just a very personally I like chill environments.
Yeah.
And usually when I go to parties, I don't like it too loud, or I just like to sit around.
You like the relaxed
chill and talk. Yeah. So I don't know. I mean I could have gone to, again, I struggle with plane travel. Being in that tiny cylinder of death in the 30,000 feet in the air, you know.
Oh, man, you don't fit in the fuselage.
I don't. The seats are very uncomfortable. Seriously, it's just like planes were not built for my
for your body type.
Yeah. Which I should sue. It's discrimination.
You know? It's discrimination against tall people, and honestly, it's a sin.
Yes, it is. But no, I haven't really gone. I've never really met anyone who knew me from my YouTube. To be fair, I don't show my face all the time, but I've
Is there a story behind that? Like, why you don't show your face?
It's not that I don't want to. I mean, I'll stream and show my face. Some videos I'll do it. I just feel like people just want to see the video. They don't need to see my face.
You're just so good at the gameplay. You don't need to show your face.
Yeah, I was like, people don't need to.
Like, I'm a god. You don't need.
Yeah.
You don't need to look at me. You know.
If you look at me, you couldn't handle it.
It's like you have 7 heads. Like you're Medusa. I would turn into concrete.
Right, turn into stone.
So when you are basically, do you plan a video beforehand?
How far beforehand?
Okay, so say like you finish one video. Say like you stream on a Thursday. The Wednesday you finish a video. On Thursday, do you have a plan going into that video? Or you're like, I'm gonna play this game and whatever happens, happens? Or do you have a dialogue you want to roll with?
Sometimes I'll have like, all right, I really want this video to emphasize on this and kind of like really focus on that.
Like
but
gameplay?
Like, yeah, like gameplay, or if we're doing like not hold fast, Hell Let Loose. Maybe like, all right, let's make a video where we're a tank crew, and you know, I kind of plan ahead for that.
And you have members within your stream community that help you with that? Or do you just go into
or I'll
it
do it
with
offline. Like I won't even stream. I'll just record it, you know?
Yeah.
And just have like friends get on and do whatever. And I'll let them know like, hey, I'm gonna record this. Avoid cussing too much, you know, that kind of thing.
Which I'm sorry if I've done it.
Oh
if
no,
if I swore too much, because I know last video you had to put a disclaimer that I was gonna swear.
Yeah. Well, it's just I try to keep it like PG,
as PG-13 as you can.
I cuss myself, and you know, I don't want to fake anything. Like if I want to cuss, I'm gonna cuss, you know.
Yeah.
But I only said that because there's some people who are just like, stop cussing, you know, like, oh my god, you cussed. So it's just, I don't know if they're little kids or their mom's watching, or not their mom's watching, but she's like in the background, she could hear it.
Right.
And I'm like, just to warn you guys, there's cussing, you know. And
so do you think that hurts your videos when people swear within your videos?
They hurt in terms of a monetization, as in with YouTube mostly.
Does YouTube ban swearing?
They don't ban it. They have a system where they'll pick up on it, and they won't put ads unless. So it's what I assume happens is you have an advertising company who are like, let's just say Coca-Cola. They're like, hey, I want to do these ads, but don't put it on anybody's channel who's saying the F word, you know?
Right.
Yeah.
And so what will happen is they hear it, that Coke ad won't be on your video. So
did I hurt you with your monetizing in the Left 4 Dead?
No.
Because I swore a lot.
I know. I think I still got ads on it. It was still monetized. It's just, look, if I play with people, I'm not gonna tell them what to say or do. Like,
because you could have told me at the beginning. Like,
no,
don't swear.
I could have, but
I can control myself.
No, I know, but like, it's not. Look, I want to have fun. I want people to have fun who I'm playing with. I honestly hate that more than anything when I'm playing with a YouTuber and they say, this is what you can do, this is what you can't do.
Yeah.
You know,
I was a part of your video.
Yeah.
Which I don't have a problem with being, because I'm literally a nobody within the community. I have 161 people that have followed. And if you would have said to me, hey, you can't swear, I'd be like, okay, well then I just won't swear.
Well, if you had 5 million people,
you still wouldn't have said don't swear.
No, I just say be yourself. Like I don't, because it's just not fun. Like
you're such an easy flowing dude. How do you do it? Like how are you this nice of a person?
Well,
be honest.
Look, I'm not perfect. I have my moments of being an asshole, but
you're coming across as perfect.
Well,
you look at Ryan Reynolds right now.
No.
You get a gin you want to sell me?
If I had my wedding at a plantation, I wouldn't apologize for it. So,
well, it's your personal thing. It's American history, and we can't apologize for that.
There's not a lot of original themes. Look, you want to have
plantations are beautiful. I mean, the history's sad, dark, yeah, but like the Greek revival and the beautiful trees but
yeah.
Anyways,
it's a long, dark history for all of humanity, as is.
Yeah.
But sometimes I feel like you're too nice of a guy. Do you ever get mad?
Oh yeah, all the time.
Do you consider yourself an angry person?
No, I mean I wouldn't say I'm an angry person, but there's moments where small things that I'm almost embarrassed for being mad.
I've heard you get mad while playing War of Rights.
Yes. Yeah. Yes.
I think you've actually got mad at me while playing War of Rights because I got way too aggressive during gameplay.
Probably. It's
that? Get back here. Oh, sorry.
In that case, that wasn't. Yeah, exactly. That's not a real mad. You know?
I think I got scolded by you because I told somebody they were a dumb fuck once.
Told me?
No, I didn't tell you were a
Oh.
dumb fuck. I told another person while we were together. I told them a dumb fuck because they weren't within the group.
Oh.
I
Honestly,
remember,
like the whole War of Rights thing was a big blur. I'm gonna be that, but for real, War of Rights made me a lot more angrier and just aggressive.
Yeah.
That it was to the point where I'm like, I gotta take a break because, you know, like the drama and.
Do you miss War of Rights?
I miss the competitive like fun of the game, you know, like, and I love group struggle. Like I love like coming together with people to achieve one goal, you know, like that, like Left 4 Dead when we played that. It's fun. And I love that, but I did not love. It took up a lot of my time, and it was a weekends. I never had weekends. You know, personal time was way less, and just the stress of.
Well, you were high command.
Guy, I can tell. Yeah, and I spent so much time behind the scenes where the privates didn't see it, and I remember like, this is stupid drama. It's just, I swear, I wish people would chill out a little bit because there was hidden little meetings of like, I remember someone accusing me of not doing anything.
Yeah,
you know,
I remember that,
and I'm just like. I do so much for this shit.
Well, I hit Sergeant within the War of Rights community with 13th, and then they're like pulling me into groups. Like, what do you think about this? I'm like, I don't fucking know.
Yeah.
Like, I never talked to this person a day in my life. Why do I care what he said off screen? I don't care.
Yeah, that's, dude. It's, you got people who think it's real military.
Yeah.
Who want to like move up in the ranks, and you got people who'll lie to you, who will kiss your ass, and then, you know, it's like, can we just chill out and just play a game and just,
can we just win battles and not worry about
like
the
not worry about your rank or what this person did or why they got promoted and you didn't. Like, who cares? You don't get anything. You don't get a pay raise. We're just playing a game. It's supposed to be fun, and it's.
Do you miss making the videos of it though?
Honestly, I just miss playing it. I just miss leading and that feeling of like, we did it, team, we won. You know, like I said, I'm always competitive, and like I enjoy, like, you know, I enjoy it. Like, we had a focused team on 13.
Oh,
you know,
we were
like, we were cutthroat. We were try hard. It was awesome. You know, I love.
My favorite part was to be able to talk shit after a win.
Yeah.
So I have no filter, and I was just about it. Like, I'm like, we won. I'm gonna talk as much shit as I can, which probably got me in trouble.
There was
times I didn't ever see it.
Well, as an adjutant, I didn't really have like a home, like as far as like on the battlefield. So I would float between companies, and there was times where like I would be in charge of the company, just doing my thing, and then as we charge, I just hear Coffedale going, "Fuck you, you fucking." Just hulking the fuck out, and you hear people just go, "What the fuck?"
When I'm the last one alive, still stabbing people because everybody else died, I was hyped. I'm like, I made it, bitch.
But that was part of a strategy. You get under their skin, you get in their psyche. I mean, it's like I would catch myself being like, I got to do a lot of editing here because.
I feel like I would get under people's skin because like they would get stabbed, and the last thing they hear is me tell them to go fuck themselves.
Yeah.
For like at least 30 minutes till they respawn, because they'd be waiting, or if they were just the little floating camera after their final stand, they were just like around me. I'm like, eat a fucking dick.
Yeah.
Coughs here,
and they watch you go to the next person
and just murder
the
them.
Same thing, and you're just like, God, someone kill this asshole. Yeah,
and they couldn't because I felt like I was a slippery little snake. I was everywhere at once. But
that's how you gotta be.
I have to say,
it got me hyped.
One of my favorite moments, because I ended up having to work late one night, and then I still tried to get into the event, and I was stuck on the Union side, and I could see their chat. And I ended up, because like, you know, the spawn screen, like when you're auto balanced, you can see the Union chat, but then you can also hear people.
Right.
I have to say the best moment was that night, and I hear them say, "Dude, their line's too fucking big. Where are we gonna go?" Dude, just take the high ground. There is no high ground. They have
We are the high ground.
And I'm just sitting there typing in chat, talking shit to them. I'm like, fuck yeah.
That was such a good time. I wish it never ended, but I mean, obviously we all made our reasons to leave.
Yeah, sometimes I think about starting again with like just chill people.
Yeah.
And being really strict and just have a small group of guys.
Mm-hmm.
You know, nothing like 20 plus, maybe like 15 guys, 10 guys, 5 guys,
just
you know,
a
whatever.
Platoon of mercenaries.
Yeah.
Just playing the way we want to play, because it made my competitive edge come out more. Because not only were we playing a game where it wasn't just if you had the best gun, it was like, oh, we're over here and we see where you're at, and we're gonna do the exact opposite than what you think we're gonna do. Then when we killed them, they were like, "What the fuck just happened?"
Yeah.
That's what I miss about the game, was just being able to own a group of guys who are trying to play against us. And there's like, I don't know what to do. And you're like, there's nothing you can do. I'm the best. Dude, just leave.
What was more fun was the grudge matches that we were doing towards the end.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
The 1v1.
The 1v1s. Oh my god.
Those were so intense and just...
And then the memes afterwards.
Oh my
god. I spawned the get fucked gif at least 100 times in one chat. What was it? The New York whatever. Who was it? The 69?
69.
Or what? Yeah.
I think it was 69.
Yeah, that was one of them.
After we 1v1'd them like 3 times in a row.
Yeah.
I would just go into their chat. I'm like, just get fucked.
Well, there's that one 1v1 where they had guys from First Georgia coming over to play on their side. That was when I made that really spicy meme. If you remember which one.
Oh yeah.
This is a great time. It was
the 19th Indiana, that 1v1.
Well, that was with Common, wasn't it?
Yes.
Yeah.
And there was bad blood because, you know, it doesn't matter now, but
the drama at the time made it better.
Right. And we hated each other. We legit hated each
other. For no
other.
reason, which was crazy.
Well, like, the funny thing is, like, there was a reason, but, like, a lot of the guys that were in 13th at the time they weren't here long enough to know. And we just told you guys, these guys, they treated us like shit. And, like, right away, you guys were like, oh,
I was about it. Yeah. I was ready to fight somebody. Like, in real life, I'm like, I'm gonna fight whoever the fuck shows up.
Paul just turns around, men of Georgia, and everyone's going, fuck yeah!
I was about it.
It was the most intense, like, testosterone.
We had a bunch of dudes that were just about being violent for no reason.
Right.
And I'm already a violent person. Like, I won't deny what my true nature is, but I'm already a violent person. I'm like, if we're talking shit, I'm gonna talk shit. Like, I'll send them my address. We'll fight. I don't care.
Apollo, Husky, and Artemis, they're just standing in front of this group of angry people, and they're just go, direct it that way.
Yeah, exactly.
Feel it.
Yeah. and like, there were so many special moments, like Yeet getting a bunch of like melee kills.
Yeah.
And when that moment when both of our regiments were at the stone walls, and we could hear each other and just insulting each other. It's just like, man, this is so intense. And to the average person, be like, this is the nerdiest fucking shit.
But for that hour that we were doing it made it seem like I was back in the service. I was like, if I was doing this in real life, I would never shut the fuck up. I would never stop. I would if I was stabbing people across the wall, I'd be like, I'm gonna talk shit till the very last second, which I did naturally. And I think I got under people's skin while doing it, because I would get messages on Discord like telling me to be quiet. I'm like, no, like, eat a fucking dick.
People were DMing you.
Oh, I think I still have them.
That's hilarious. No, I was the kind of person that, like, I didn't really like, especially in that event where I wanted you guys to talk shit, but I kind of like played the part of like being the civil leader or whatever.
You were the easygoing guy. You're like, I don't want it. Oh, guys, stop. But in reality, you're like,
keep
kinda,
giving.
I got goosebumps.
That is not how we conduct ourselves as a professional fighting force.
You know, at the end of the event,
and then whispers to Husky, "Tell them to keep doing it."
Yeah, exactly. I was just like, you know, because they would always come to me and complain, you know, so and so said this.
Me off.
I'm like, I'd just be like, all right, I'll talk to him, and then I would just, you know, smirk and tell them that they're crying like a bunch of babies and keep it up, you know. And I wish people didn't take it to heart too much. I mean, I love the fact that they wanted to represent the regiment and be competitive, but it got too far, and that's one of the reasons why I quit, is when personal stuff started coming up. And
like, shit, confident. Thank you, man.
Don't recognize that. I'm just trying to get people in here.
Making claims, you know, of
fucking
kind of crazy stuff, but
yeah. Oh, I ordered a new windshield for the GTO.
Did you?
Yep. And it's gonna fucking suck.
Putting it in.
Oh no, not putting it in, but taking the old one out. It's the original windshield, which means there's 50-year-old fucking butyl inside of there. It's gonna suck massive donkey dick.
At least you don't have to pay someone to do it.
True, right?
Pixie, so did you ever work a day job in between YouTube and now?
Yeah, I worked at a grocery store, Kroger.
You worked at a Kroger?
Yeah.
As a cart boy?
Cart and bagging.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Really? And then, so how do you stay so humble?
I mean,
I don't mean this to be a compliment. I'm honestly asking a question. How do you stay so humble? Being such a big YouTube guy.
I guess I think anxiety has taught me, there's a lot of bad things, but anxiety has taught me a lot about what really matters in life. And, you know, I don't care who you are, how much money you have. Like, I just judge people based on their character. And
if you could give us a round figure, don't broadcast yourself out as much. If you give us a round figure, what is YouTube doing for you financially?
Yeah.
Like, just don't give us a money figure. Don't give us anything like that. Give us how you think it's helping you.
It's helping me, as in I mean, one thing, I'll be able to retire, you know, eventually in my life.
Off YouTube.
Off YouTube. Yeah, like if I keep going at it.
Without your fiance's, if you didn't have a fiance, YouTube would be a retirement plan for you?
Well, I mean, like, I've been able to add money. Like, I've been able to make money and save. And it is what I'm saying. Is like, I've been able to, and like, I don't buy anything stupid. Like, I'm very, very careful with what I buy, because I know that YouTube could die at any moment. And I don't want like $1 million home with $100,000
to go to waste because you lost your platform.
Right. And then I'm like, oh, how am I going to pay for this house? And
fridge full of crystal.
You live within your means.
Right. Or below them, honestly.
You think you're living below what you're pulling in?
Yes. Because right now I take 90% of my money towards my mortgage or towards my 401k or whatever. Like, because I know, like,
things happen.
I don't want a 9-to-5 job. You know, I've done it. I don't want to do it again. I would love to get to a point where I pay off my mortgage and then I do YouTube casually, like 4 videos a week, 3 videos a week.
You think that's casually?
Compared to what it is now, yeah.
So 4 videos a week is casual for you?
Probably more 3. But
3 videos a week is casual.
Yeah.
I was gonna say, did you see his the amount of uploads that he was doing when Bannerlord first came out?
Yeah, it was like 2 a day in or hour.
Yeah.
I don't think I even owned a computer when Bannerlord was coming out.
Yeah, you were with us. You were with us then.
Yeah, like April, I think.
This April?
Yeah.
Oh, then yeah, most definitely. But I didn't know what Bannerlord was. I wasn't a fan of Bannerlord. Sorry to tell you that I wasn't a fan of you, Pixie.
Oh, that's
Bannerlord.
Damn it.
Well,
I watched every single one of your Twitch things.
Yeah.
Because I'm a Twitch. I
like Twitch.
I'm not a big YouTube guy. I don't like. I understand YouTube and its hype. And it's never ending. YouTube's a big corporation.
Yeah. No, I don't like you. But
sorry, I keep cutting you off.
No, sorry. No, you're good.
With YouTube, when you get the golden play button, what's the video gonna be like for your golden play button?
Honestly, I'm never gonna quit YouTube, right?
Yeah.
So I have 2 goals.
YouTube will have to quit you.
Exactly. Yeah. 2 goals. 1, pay off my house completely, so I don't have to pay a mortgage. And if I ever move, I'll only buy a house of the same value. That way, I just never have to worry about a mortgage. So I'm just working my butt off, and I'm having fun. It's not like this is all just like work. It's fun. But I'm trying to take advantage of the situation I'm in, because 2 years, YouTube could be gone. I could be, like, my channel's dead, whatever. So I'm doing that. And the other goal is to hit 1 million. And at that point, when I achieve both goals, I'm going to it's like, okay, like, this is complete freedom. Like, hey, this new game about farming's out and I'm really into it. That's what I'm uploading. Right. Like, I know you guys want to see.
Because you already have 1 million.
Right. I have 1 million. I don't think I'll ever get to 10 million. I mean, I guess I could if I like kept going at it. But my dad had a job where he was never home. Like, he was only home on the weekends. And it's something that, like, he was a great father and everything, or he is. He's not dead or anything. But I have if I have a kid, I want to be the overly bearing, goofy dad that's just like, leave me alone. Always home. And so I'm trying to get major debt out of the way, so when I am a dad, I could watch Lord of the Rings casually with my son or daughter, or play video games.
The whole set. One sit down.
And I could just get on, record 3 or 4 videos in a day, and then the rest of the week just hang out. So
how does your family feel about you being a YouTube guy?
Well, my dad is a entrepreneur at heart. He has so many ideas, but never does it. So to see me make this business, I think he's pretty excited, and he always enjoys like talking to us. I saw your video, and we talk about like, yeah, you could do this. And so he's into it. My mom's, she's just happy I'm able to take care of myself. And because since my dad was never home, my mom was always the one dealing with my anxiety, and so she's just happy that I'm not.
I come from a completely different background. And I even told my dad that I'm on Twitch.
Yeah.
I haven't told him that I even have a small. What?
Or you haven't, or you have?
I haven't.
Oh.
I haven't told him at all. I haven't told him that I'm on Twitch. I haven't told him about even the small following that I have now.
Yeah.
Because my dad's the type of guy that would be like, you're just wasting your time. What are you doing? You're sitting behind a computer and you're playing video games. It doesn't make sense to me.
My grandpa.
He didn't even want to buy us the original Xbox 360. He was like, I don't even want you guys to have it. You need to be outside. You need to be doing this or that. And I haven't told them. My mom knows because I talk shit daily to my uncle, who's also on Twitch with his 5 followers. I'm like, dude, you fucking suck. Like, you need to get a computer. He's like, I don't want a computer. Computers aren't good for you. I'm like, okay, well, you're streaming off a PS4.
Oh yeah.
Like, what? Just get a PC like your sons have, because they're also on Twitch.
What do you call that PS4?
And he's like, I don't want it. I don't want it. It's not good for me. I haven't told my dad, my stepmom. Like, I haven't told them yet. They know I'm going to school. I think it's just a weird thing to come up to my parents and be like, hey, one day I'm gonna make it somewhere virtually, for them to be like, no, you need to work a 9-to-5 job, or for my case, 6 a.m. to 5. 6 to 5 job. So my dad's a hard man. He's worked since he was 18.
Blue collar. blue collar guy. And that's what my dad's like too. You know, he was in the Navy, and then he got a job and just worked. He was electronics kind of guy. So he does a lot of electronic stuff. But it's like not like computer, it's like big machinery electronics where he's like So I think I didn't really tell my parents until I started to get some success.
Until you made that turn.
I lied to them. I said I was doing web design, you know?
Yeah.
But I was, you know, I'd wait until I was home alone. I would record, you know, and I think eventually I told them like, oh, it's just this little hobby thing, you know? But the amount of people who told me I'm wasting my time, I would be like, if I had $1 for every person who told me that, I'd be, people in my own family, you know, they focus on web design. The odds are better. You're going to make a better living. You know, web design there's so many people YouTube, there's so many people doing it. It's hard. So many people told me I was wasting my time and you know, do something more productive.
Yeah, I get that now. People from my hometown. I'm from such a small town that everybody knows who I am. They know that I left Ohio and I went to California. I went overseas and I did all these great things. And I come home like, oh, I'm a Twitch streamer now. And they're like, shut the fuck up. No, you're not. Like, we know who you are. I'm like, I don't give a fuck if you know who the fuck I am.
Right.
Like, I've reached a broad enough audience in the small time I've been doing it that I feel like I could make it.
Yeah.
And it's like, Hanson and I talked about this, about how I try my best to be as open and honest during my streams. And like, I'm just me. And it's weird the hate I get from people that I grew up with.
Yeah.
We're all 27, 28, 30. They're like, what are you doing? I'm like, I'm fucking chasing a dream, bro. Like, get off my dick.
Yeah.
Like, fucking 6 years ago, you wanted to be in the NFL. You're fucking sitting at home.
You're working for Pepsi.
Right.
Yeah.
And, you know, I don't like to brag or anything, but
brag.
like,
you deserve a brag. Brag about yourself.
But I mean, you know, how's that 9 to 5 that you told me I should have gotten?
Yeah.
You know?
If we even look at your stats, if I were to put you in a stat book at 33.9 thousand followers on Twitch alone, when you go to your YouTube and you're sitting at 759,000 subscribers, like you made it. True or false?
For me, yeah, I think yeah. For me, it's just if I can pay my bills, I made it. You know,
and you're doing that.
Yeah, and I mean, it was like, you gotta, if you just focus on making it, you're not gonna make it.
Right.
As in, if you're just like, I want to get here now, you're not gonna make it. For me, it was personal small gains that kept me going. Like
in July, I said I wanted 25 followers.
Yeah.
And then now I'm here at 160 some. I'm like, I don't know how I got here.
Yeah. Yeah.
I literally don't.
Yeah, because that's
the shotgunning. Yeah, it's a great thing. But when I have constant people coming back, when I have 7 viewers at the start of a stream, I'm like, how? What made you want to stay? Because I'm not entertaining. I'm not. I just drink. It's what I'm good at.
But there's a million reasons why people watch you. You know, it could be for something stupid like, I like the sound of his voice, or I love his mullet.
It's the mullet 95% of the time.
Or for me, I've gotten some very heartfelt, emotional emails of like them going through something horrific, like a family member dying, and they tell me that my videos get me through, or you got them through it. And it's just like, holy, and I save all those emails and I put them in a file, because when I feel like not recording or quitting, be like, just make a video. It's 2 seconds and you could make someone's life better, you know? No, I hear you. Or
stream. That's my bad.
Oh,
Sorry about that, guys. I mute myself when I'm vaping because I know it's fucking annoying for the audience. So sorry about that. So I had this mom, to kind of go back for you guys. I had this mom that was using one of my regulars accounts. She's like, "Hi, I shouldn't be muted any longer." Okay, we're good. I keep forgetting there's a delay. She's like, "Hi, I'm Sarah's mom." And Sarah, she was a regular of mine that was watching during this St. Jude Play Live event. And as it turns out, she was a little girl at that hospital at St. Jude's, and she was watching me on her mom's iPad. And this was back during like Five Nights at Freddy's when it first came out, and I was fucking just milking Five Nights at Freddy's for all it was worth. Like anytime a new one came out, I tried to beat it before Markiplier released a video of him beating it. And so I was like, "Oh my god, how's she doing?" She's like, "Well, she, due to complications, ended up dying." And I was like, "What the fuck?" And it hit me really fucking hard. And she said, "I don't want you to feel bad because what you did as doing this thing that I honestly don't understand helped her get through her time here."
Yeah.
And I was like, "Thank you so much." And she's like, "No, thank you." And she was actually my first donation. Donated me like I think it was like $15-20. And I was just like, and I ended up having to get up and like walk away from the stream.
Yeah.
Kind of wipe my eyes a little bit, sat back down. And it was that moment, because at that point I was in a failing marriage. She was telling me all the time I'm wasting my time. My grandfather was telling me I was wasting my time. You know, "You're not gonna fucking do this. You're wasting your life." But seeing that message convinced me that I was not wasting my time.
Yeah.
And that's what made me, just like, you had that folder, of all these heartfelt stories, but like, "Dude, you got me through my depression." Like for you to me, I play your videos at night because when I'm trying to sleep, my brain is constantly going.
Yeah.
And if I don't have anything to occupy it, I fucking spiral, and I end up in a panic attack. I'm in the bathroom just going.
Right. Been there many times.
Yeah. So like I play like your first Bannerlord playthrough because it's pretty extensive. It's a long series, so I play that, and then it's just everybody has a reason to watch a content creator, whether it's me with my half-ass commentary playing what's that new ghost hunting game?
Phanphobia or
I just call it I just call us the Ghost Facers.
Yeah.
Whether it's that or you deciding to chop off every lord's head from Vlandia or or the Southern Empire, everyone has their own reason. It's never there's no such thing as a perfect content creator that everyone has the same reason to watch.
Yeah, for sure. And it really just comes, someone like Markiplier, to me, it's like he's way more successful in terms of views and stuff. But,
he's he's like a fucking
yeah.
Like, you're in the stratosphere compared to me. Markiplier's in like fucking Andromeda Galaxy compared to us.
Markiplier has 2 YouTube channels with Unis Honest and Markiplier.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And Markiplier
VODs. And VODs.
Yeah. And it's just, he just has the type of personality that reaches to a bigger audience and stuff. And, but like you said, every YouTuber, you bring value to people's lives regardless of your size and stuff. And whether they watch you because they like the way you look or your voice, or they think your jokes are funny, or they just like hearing you speak, it's just, I mean, it's been really cool. It's just something, this is something I stumbled upon, kind of thing. And it's just kind of surreal but yeah, I mean, I'm telling you, just anytime someone says you're wasting your time, just it's fuel in the fire, because
and to shift gears, Us to Oprah, Oprah to Bezos. To kind of shift gears a little bit, since I brought up Bannerlord, you started another Bannerlord playthrough.
I did, yes.
Tell us about it.
I was kind of feeling Bannerlord again, and I wanted to do something different, and a lot of people wanted to see it, so I'm like, you know what? This is a chill game. It'll help me get consistent videos. Let's do a playthrough of a merchant that will not pick up a sword at all. It will not he'll have a shield to defend himself, I guess, but just gonna make a shit ton of money in the game and just buy everything. I think you can get to a point where you can buy cities. So I'm just gonna
because there's
that's your next goal is to buy a city.
Jeff Bezos of Kyle Radio. That's basically.
Wait, what's his name?
Well, no, his name is I did like but I'm just saying like he's the Jeff.
Bezos. That was his name.
Jeff Bezos of Cal Radio.
Great, man.
Yeah.
Did they? So the last time because I was kind of in the same mood before October started, and I had to start playing spoopy games. Did they fix the 100K javelins, or is that still a thing?
I don't know.
Because I saw the update, and I was just like, shit. Because all my money right now has come from forging javelins.
I think they did, but I didn't encounter that bug, so I remember hearing about it, but I never experienced it.
Dude, I stumbled upon it. I didn't even know that it was a thing. I was running out of money. I was a vassal of what's they're green, the north.
Green. Oh, Britannia.
Britannia, yeah. So I was a vassal of the Britannians, and I was using that vassalage to kind of attack a city, attack a settlement, so I can do the banner, the dragon banner, and I was running out of money. I was like, fuck, what am I doing? Oh god, I'm gonna oh no. So I went to a city, and I went to a merchant, and I just started selling all my shit. And then I had this hooked harpoon that's been in my inventory for since I started playing at the beginning of the year. And I was like, why the fuck is this thing 100K? Sell? The merchant didn't even have that much, but I was like, fuck it, it's gonna buy me a couple days.
Right.
And then I had some people, I think they actually came over from your channel. It was either your channel or Husky. And they came in and they were telling me, they're like, hey, have you discovered the 100K javelins yet? I was like, I thought that was a bug. They're like, it is a bug and you can exploit it. And it just turned into this spiffing Brit fucking, which he ended up doing a video on too.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think I have 400,000 gold right now, just from
selling
spam building and selling javelins right now.
Yeah. That's one hell of a bug. Or glitch or whatever.
I feel like karma hit me because I went to once I finally did what I was supposed to do. I got an imperial settlement. I got the numbers I needed, so I went up to go declare my kingdom. And it goes, hey, I would like to forge my own kingdom. Click. And then the next text option was, so who should I support? I was like, what? No, not that. And then I exit the game, reload the save. I'm like, oh, come on. No. And then I was like, okay, fine. I'll just do it this way. And then it said quest failed. It took too long. I was like,
oh my God.
Fucker. But apparently you can still forge an empire. It's just not for the quest.
Yeah, I think you can. I haven't really seen all the updates since I started playing, but I don't know. The game's
Uh-oh.
You might have misclicked.
I'm honest. There we go.
Sorry.
You gotta turn your camera back on. I'm honestly curious as to how this looks. There's two of me. One's a slightly better camera.
There we go.
Hey, you look good.
Hang on.
Look good with the two of you. I misclicked. Sorry.
Knew it.
Okay, there we go.
I just had a message and I misclicked.
So so your whole plan, this whole playthrough, is just to become the Jeff Bezos of Calradia.
Yeah, just to buy everything and just buy my armies and just keep building workshops and caravans and seeing how that goes. And
nice.
Yeah.
Well, guys, I'm gonna tell you right now, we've been live for 2 hours and 42 minutes, if you can believe it.
Doesn't feel like it, man.
I know, dude.
We went so free.
It's just a time warp. And I'm gonna thank Koff right now for kind of picking up the slack a little bit, because I'm not gonna lie, as soon as I kind of mind fucked myself as soon as we went live and I saw the viewer count and I saw the chat exploding up. I immediately got stage fright. I was like, oh fuck.
I came in with questions. I literally went and wrote down things I wanted to say to Pixie. I had leading questions for him, mostly because I'm very intrigued about who you are. Mostly,
once you get to know me, it's pretty boring.
Well, you're such an interesting guy. You're so calm and creative. It blows my mind. That you haven't hit gold yet. It just blows my mind, and you're so hardworking. Don't diffuse
I'm
the
not
comment.
perfect.
You're great. You're a great guy.
Look, there's moments where I'm a jerk, or
everyone is.
I'm lazy, and
you're so human, and it's weird to me to be able to talk to a guy just like this. You're human. You're free flowing. You have such a natural aura around you, and it's great. You're so open. When I was questioning you about your depression, your anxiety, you were free flowing. You didn't lock up.
Yeah.
And with your YouTube videos, you're so open, and you have a voice. You're silk. You're silk.
Come on, man.
You're a red carpet of just gold.
I'm not gonna sleep with you, all right?
You might. I'm working on it. All right. You can't deny the beard.
Just give him some time. Can't deny the mullet.
It's
true.
I've looked up to you since I started the whole computer thing. You're such a big YouTuber. You're a great guy. You're so calm, cool, and collected, even during the most hard times in 13th Georgia. And I resonated towards you because I feel like you're just easygoing, and I like that. I like your personality. You're like Zach. You're like me. You've had your problems and you work through them. So I had questions for you, and I'm thankful for you even answering them. You could have just said no.
Well, I appreciate, seriously, I appreciate it. I guess, like, you're always your own hardest critic, but
yeah.
But yeah, I mean, again, anxiety in a way I feel grounds me, I guess,
Yeah.
Not like I have a.
You're a very grounded person.
Well, yeah, I again, it's just, I don't know, like, we're all human, and I hate when, someone starts making a lot of money or whatever. They get virtual numbers on YouTube and they become, ego inflated.
You could have been a complete ass to me all day because you're so big.
But
you could have been an asshole, and you didn't. You're just so easy.
Like, why? Like, why? Like, nobody's better or worse than you. It's just like, I don't know. I just felt like I got lucky with making cringy videos, and like, it's just all I do is make videos. I'm not saving lives. Like,
no, but you're helping people. You don't know what they're going through, and you're helping them with YouTube, and you're big, and you could have came in here and be like, I want a 30-minute podcast. I don't want to be here forever.
Well, I have a life to live. You guys, it's like,
you're so easy flowing, and it's like Zach said in past podcasts that Zach and I could sit here and go back and forth for hours.
Well, that's why I made you, which is another announcement to make on this. Cough It Out from here on is going to be as long as he can make it. Because I honestly think there will be times where one of us is going to.
I'm going to have a kid.
Yeah, you're going to have. You have a kid coming. But
take your place.
He's going to be like the most
right.
He's going to be my semi-permanent co-host. Because say if we don't have somebody that wants to be a guest, him and I can go on for like the last two episodes for almost 3 hours, just bullshitting back and forth, either complaining about bullshit we dealt with in the military, or if we ever decide to delve into politics at all. We definitely got opinions about that. You know.
Yeah.
It's
and
all
Pixie
about...
stops in, and he made it so easy.
Yeah.
You weren't hard about questions. You weren't. I asked you a bunch of leading questions,
Yeah.
and they might have been uncomfortable for you, because we delved into your mental stability, we delved into your past. Now everybody knows you're 6'7".
I know.
And you're a huge dude.
Well, anyone that's seen the Prince of Macedon and Apollo video will definitely realize how tall Apollo is. That was when I realized how tall you were. I was just like, holy fuck.
I loved having you on here. I thought it was great.
I enjoyed being on here. I mean, again, I felt like in a good way. I wasn't even on a podcast. I felt like I was.
We were all
shit.
friends.
Yeah,
even though you and I don't know each other very well. I'm new to the whole podcast Twitch scenario.
Well,
YouTube thing.
I love meeting new people. I love I'm just a social butterfly, you know. Like I love hearing stories, whether they're sad, happy, or what someone went through, and I don't know. It's what makes us human and stuff. And
I want to bring you back for a military podcast. I want to get a civilian's point of view. As a historian,
as a civvy over here, you know, someone who's passionate about military history, you know, I'd love to be on there.
Yeah, absolutely. And you're just so easy to talk to. I appreciate you being here. You're
again,
such a big YouTube star. I feel like I'm talking to Dr. Disrespect right now. Such a big guy.
Come on.
Such a big guy. You're out here. You're getting 200 subs a day. I love you. You're great. I love talking to you. With your Alexander Hamilton haircut going on right now.
Hey, you know, next
Don't
time
hate the flow.
Hey, I'm honestly surprised he didn't come out wearing the Napoleon hat.
I was thinking about it, but I can't wear the headphones.
Yeah.
Oh man.
But yeah, all right, guys. Well, with that, we're gonna wrap it up. So thank you everybody that tuned in tonight. Thank you so much for all the follows and the subscriptions tonight, everybody. Every little bit, I appreciate every single part of it. But other than that, guys, that's our time. We have to get out of here. Thank you all for joining. We hope you enjoyed. Remember to like, favorite, comment, subscribe, and hit the notification bell. Ladies and gentlemen, we are out.
Thank you, Pixie.
Bye. Thanks for having me.